OK， 喂 ，OK， 翻嚟。早早啊，我今日咧校咗個 gain 落個 desktop audio 度，咁所以希望喺呢個版面入邊啲嘢都會大聲啲，咁就係啦，係咯，希望有大聲到，唔知大家有冇覺得我今日大聲咗？Hello, I added the gain to the desktop audio thingy today for the stream, so hopefully like everything on this page is gonna be louder, like better than usual, because I realized how the issue is probably with how my desktop audio output is low. I usually set it for like my computer output is at 30 over 100, so hopefully this is gonna solve it. 就係我發覺，即係平時即係我個台係比較細聲噶嘛，咁就發覺就可能應該係因為我平時係會全部嘢都用 desktop audio 去 output 啦，跟住就而我平時個電腦個 output 係校到30 over 100，所以就可能就會細聲，咁就今日就加咗個 gain 落去，就睇下會唔會好啲咁樣。早早啊，睇翻個 comment 先啦，未轉翻版面 channel， 瞄啦。OK， 多謝光臨尋夢者打機。Hello Warrior, on the road again. Yes, actually, I just realized that this is actually a DLC. I was looking like also last week actually. I was looking in my Steam and I couldn't find Road 96 Prologue. And then I realized it's actually a DLC that's within the original game. OK， 啱啱先知道。原來 Prologue 即係呢個前傳係唔係一個分開嘅遊戲，原來係 DLC 嚟嘅，所以我就喺度揾點解開唔到嘅，即係點解冇呢個遊戲喺我個 list 度嘅，咁就發覺原來係要開原本嗰個。Hello Karumi， 跟住做咗個 Cindy。Hello 101， Hello Sora， Where's the any key？ OK， press it. Oh look at that. Wait, new game? Alive lost. Wait, what? Wait, where was my old one? Did I like erase my old one? Why would I do that? Why would I erase my old one? But well, at least my at least my skills are still here. 上次賺咗嗰啲好難學嗰啲 life skill 都仲喺度。但係原來我已經清咗我上次玩嗰幾個小朋友，可能係自動清嘅，其實可能係即係一到步就會自動清咗。啱啱想講大聲咗嘿咧，大聲咗就好啦。跟住 Hello Pink， 跟住 Hello 人都晚上好，好啦，咁咧就可以開始啦。好期待，等我砌好啲嘢先。好熱啊！我係搞翻凍啲先。OK， 喂，砌好啲嘢。BS 邊 OK，Road 96個叉啊，同埋我link 翻 vtuber Studio 落去嗰個唔係我拎翻 Twitch 落去 vtuber Studio， 所以咧大家 send 嗰啲 emo 咧都係會好似之前有一段時間咁係會跌落個身度。大家可以試下。I relinked Twitch into vtuber Studio, so the emotes are gonna be dropping like they once used to be. OK， 好嚟啦，咁樣啦。唉，我遲啲真係要上網，遲啲真係要上網。好困難，好啦 ，OK， new game settings. Are you sure I want to start the new game? 其實我唔知喺邊度揾。Where do I find the prologue? Where do I find it? Do I press it from Steam? 唔識揾添，我就係撳 play now，跟住佢就彈開咗舊嗰個表。嚇！俾我揾 Respect 快啲俾錢換雙方。可能有機會遲啲有。我點樣揾 Prologue 出嚟 ？Settings。WASD。喂，唔識喎。Where do I find the DLC? What? Quit. Wait, what? 我直接 quit 咗個 game 再開個笑死OK 唔知喎 Are you sure you want to start a new game? The current save will be erased. No. Yes? 大家再睇過
Hey there.
Oh.
So, you're one of us, aren't you? Mind
Oh,
if I ask you a
好細聲啊
few questions?
所以平時都咁
Question
細聲
one.
嘅咩
When you travel, you usually...
Travel with friends, family?
Well, if that's your idea of fun. Kidding. So, next question.
而家我哋
When
就
you're
明白
traveling,
Zoe
do you follow the itinerary or are you more spontaneous?
佢唔中意佢 family 真係more spontaneous
Good to know. And what about politics? What would you do if you disagreed with our country's government?
Get the hell out of there consider living
Right
up
on. Oh, one last question. When you watch a movie, you do so to...
learn and discover experience fears solve a mystery learn and discover
But you might also watch a movie to...
here's something this sound really sad but like
Thanks.
其實我嗰個唔係即係 what I meant isn't
And I
just to
guess you're like the other
isn't
runaway
feeling
kids,
something
trying to
as
flee
in
Petria.
just
It's
to
really
feel anything
dangerous
but
to
like
cross the border.
feel
You
what
have to be
they
careful
want to
with
tell
the
us
people you meet on the way. Believe me. Don't go
教返大
fainting
聲
on
啲
me.
先
But each decision could shape
根本
your
會直落㗎
destiny and Petria's too. Okay,
好似
I
係
guess
會
it's time for you to
好
hit
似會
the
直落
road.
直落就係個
I
小朋友
hope you're
添
ready.
係啊喂我想玩 Prologue 啊 escape Oh fuck 佢 clear what Oh my god 佢 clear 晒我嗰啲我學咗嗰啲嘢 Oh shit 蠢咗 Oh well 不過算啦我都應該唔會再玩過啦不過再玩過都重新學過先好玩嘅RIP 盡早啊佢呢個應該係即係佢嘅 kind of open 有細聲啲掛住佢哋啊其實主要10年前應該係睇返 Alex 爸爸同埋 Papa Bear 個女同埋個老婆跟住的士司機個女同埋生日10年前
Of course, I'll be there live, giving you the real story as it unfolds. This has been GNN Sonia Sanchez reporting.
大家可以睇完前傳再補翻正傳都可以嘅，即係如果大家有興趣。哎呀，我真係你見到左下角冇晒咧，就係佢 clear 晒啊 ，fuck， 慘，好傷心。頭先仲喺度講，哎，仲喺度。哦 ，press any key so， 我咪 escape。佢完全冇晒啊！Back again stress。咁第一關就咁高難度嘅。
Unit 2 to Central. Come in.
等陣，喂，我想出去，我唔識去啊。How do I get to the
Not a bad
Prologue?
person. That's enough. What are you looking at,
How do I get
Peach?
to the Prologue? What? 咁忙嘅，啱咪有嘢未食。Wait, what? Why is my vision so blurred? supposed to reply her, I think, at this point. But what? What am I doing? Close the game. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me close the game. Where do I find the prologue? 我都仆街。我買咗個 prologue 咧，跟住係一個 DLC 嚟嘅，跟住我喺入邊唔識揾翻佢出嚟，笑死！同埋我唔想 clear 咗，我唔小心抹晒所有嘢。我 delete 咗個 app， 之前我 down 咗就係為咗佢嗰個唔知乜嘢 ability 啊，唔識揾咯，同埋搞翻大聲啲先。Master for it。90，會唔會太大聲？85。冇晒 ，fuck！Oh my god！ 要開幾多次個 game？ Okay， 唔識點揾啊 ！I don't know how to find the prologue, the DLC. We just ask Google. How do you even find it? I bought it and I don't even know how to find it. Google. How to get to Route 96 Prologue. Route 96 Prologue. Prologue gameplay walkthrough. Okay, how do I press it? You're supposed to start from the beginning with Zoe. Wait, that's not the... It says prologue walkthrough, but it's not the prologue, it's actually the actual game. What? Where can I find the ebook? Yes. Where can I find the ebook? Can't find it. Someone asked on Steam, where can I find the ebook? So I bought the game with the soundtrack and the one ebook included. I have the game and the OST in my library, but I can't find the ebook. Where is it? And then someone said +1, I also purchased the Prologue ebook, but I can't find it. When I launched the game, there's no option. I can't find it in my local files. The ebook should be in a folder named book next to the game. Ah, okay. 點開啊？Steam Library local file, okay. 少少deployable. Steam Library. Where is it? Route 96. Steam Library. Steam Library. Downloads. Steam. My downloads document. Steam. Steam. 咩嚟㗎呢啲？喺邊度揾㗎？OK， 喺呢度叫咩名？一陣啊，我會識開嘅，我會識開嘅。Program files。喺邊㗎 Steam？ 一陣嚇，係咁煩嘅。 點解 don't have permission 嘅？嗰個電腦favorites links 唔係呢啲。佢話咩話 ？Right click on your library, then local files explore. OK， 應該係 Steam 入邊咁嘅。Right click the library. Right click on your library, the local files explorer. Susie. Oh, okay. 有人教嘅 program files, Steam apps common. 好，等陣啦。program files, Steam common.冇一個叫 common 嘅。What? Public? 唔係呢個。Steam games。呢度只係嗰啲 game 啫。就係個 Steam common。I6。哎呀，咁我就只係唔小心開完之後就唔想鏟咗，唔想鏟咗之前嗰啲 Steam apps。我揾唔到 common file， 冇一個 file 叫 common， 我係直接喺呢度揾。哦，呢度Prologue ebook EN。咩 file 嚟嘅？有個 PDF。係咪真係睇 PDF 㗎？我哋我268版咯，有排睇。超 page 唔該。好，咁樣。OK。好。哎呀，咁我哋要咩啊？我哋應該唔會中版權嘅，如果喺入邊播啲。哎呀，最衰我 delete 晒啦！如果我原本儲咗好多嗰啲 tape 㗎，係笑死。呢個係呢個。我哋睇 PDF 啦，大家。但佢係咩嘅？佢係 interactive 嘅，所以咧就應該係即係去到邊你就揀幾多版啦，嗰啲咁樣嘅嘢嚟嘅。縮細。我唔想俾大家見到側邊好核突，所以我哋咁樣啦，好啦，咁樣啦。跟住我應該去後邊揾個。I6 嘅歌嚟播，I6 應該有 playlist。Music OSC playlist， 希望唔會中版權。Original soundtrack playlist， 我記得有幾隻係特別好聽嘅，冇播 app 啦。但我哋直落聽啦。哇！有直接有 full soundtrack 嘅，好，咁樣呢個好啲。好，你熄咗原本啦佢，跟住喺後邊播。咁樣得唔得？你之前隻 game 刪咗，即係隻 game 之前嘅記錄刪咗。隻 game 之前個記錄係啊，即係佢做啲佢儲咗 whatever 嗰啲嘢，我全部刪晒。頭先唔小心，我少大聲。 好，我哋嚟真係睇 PDF。我呢個係 Petria 嘅咩？就係我哋Road 96玩咩嘅咧？就係要送啲小朋友過去呢個位度，就係即係出境咁樣。Infantry 小四。Introduction. Road 96. Prologue is a game book, much like the acclaimed book series of the 90s and 80s. It offers the reader to experience a literary adventure where you choose your path to adventure. Road 96 Prologue takes place in the Road 96 video game universe, 10 years before the events of the game, to be specific. You do not need to play Road 96 to appreciate the book, or vice versa, but the two bodies of work align, and they complement one another. Therefore, you should expect to recognize places, events, and characters, and you will expand your knowledge of countries. Game BGM 聲帶咁樣啦。呢啲廢話。How to play. Basic rules. Start with paragraph 1 and follow the directions. Each paragraph will send you to another one, indicated by its number in bold characters. You shall pick which orientation your adventure will take. Infantry. As you progress in your universe, you may be asked to add some items to your infantry. To do so, just draw the item on the designated page in the front of the book or on a separate piece of paper. These items may come in handy, or not, as you progress, but you will never have to remove them from the infantry. So feel free to apply yourself when you draw. You may find up to 10 items in any given playthrough, so plan the space on the page accordingly. When you complete an adventure, make sure you share your infantry snapshot of your game on social media using the hashtag Road96 and browse it to see other users. Do note, you should only add items to your infantry if you are explicitly asked to do so. Game over. You may occasionally experience an untimely end to your adventure. In that case, you have two alternatives. Either you go back to the paragraph indicated as a safe spot, in which case you will keep your infantry. This type of gameplay is recommended if you would like to enjoy the story, and perhaps explore other branches during a later game. Or you can come back to the beginning, in which case you will clean out your infantry. This type of gameplay is preferred for old school players, those who have never allowed a finger to linger between two pages, just in case. Do note, you will never find yourself stuck in Road 96 Prologue due to a wrong choice, or for a lack of an item in your infantry. If at first you don't succeed, try again. On collector mode, once you have finished the game instead of starting again from the beginning, you may choose to play in collector mode. In this case, you should start the story again. However, any times you see fit, and keep your infantry items every time. Will you be able to locate all 24 items scattered within the pages? Achievement. Iron Lady. Finish without using a save point. Empty pockets with only 2 items. Wow, how empty. Full pockets 11 個 items. Collectionist. This. 24 items. Just end the adventure prematurely. 12 different ways? 即係12個死法咯。好，跟住嚟啦，有同學。好，我偷睇。Petria, September 8, 1986. The video store. Yes, the video store. The video store? 唔係我記得添。好似曾經有去過一個好荒廢嘅 video store， where you can rent a VHS in this forsaken land. It's a point of national pride and the perfect illustration of how much Petria refuses to step into the third millennium. The few households that have outlived the crisis come here to borrow a little action, a little romance, a few laughs, really anything that's missing from their dull existence. Anything but drama, because there's plenty of that going around. You, however, are not here to rent a videotape. Just slip your hand into your bag. Go on to sexy too! The fuck? 其他嗰啲做乜㗎？62，佢真係好唔想我哋偷睇喎。 跳到咁遠。Okay. Your fingers brushed against your rubbed handle. It's still there. This gun was 62. 中門都有支槍嘅問號。講一講開頭就冇，仲有支槍喺個袋度，即係62喎。好啊。Okay. This gun was the bargain. $5 at the Mega Bunch. Can't beat that. Sure, it only shoots guards, but nobody would know it without a dart in the barrel. At least you think so. You've never seen a real gun. You hope the cashier hasn't either. Huh? 打劫? But now is not the time. You need to wait for the last customers. A young couple hotly debating their choice for the last 30 minutes to leave this place. He expects Adeline. They're nowhere near finding common ground. 我唔記得呢個係我熟呢個即係刺激嘢啦，總之就係，但我唔記得係點，我唔記得點讀。腎上腺素
adrenaline
係嗰個咧，真係好啊！真係直接 highlight。哎呀 ，copy paste 呢個咧，呢個係咩意思？我唔識翻譯添。催產素什麼話？咩話？佢唔知睇乜。They're nowhere near finding common ground. If you feel like walking up the action aisle, go on to 326. If you'd prefer to check the kids aisle, 215. 好啊 ，kids aisle 啊！哇，佢一次過跳咁多嘅，215。我哋去睇小朋友片，我睇 action。Anything that is produced for young audiences is tightly scrutinized in Petria. No foreign movies, of course, but also no blood. No criticism of the establishment, and no representation of the establishment, which could, by way of irony, be interpreted as a criticism of the establishment. No content that could even accidentally be interpreted as a roundabout criticism of the establishment. 很好，好安全。唔跟順序排版，我都唔知點解佢要跳到咁樣。佢好介意我哋睇下一段。OK， 睇下好安全啊！呢個完全 pass 咗國安法呢嗰啲。As a result, the kids' movie and Petria are pretty much exclusively classifiable as science fiction. You browse through the artwork with a kind of admiration. Robots, demons, aliens, ectopus. What? 應該都係啲外星生物嘅嘢。好好學啊！你。outer part of the cell plasm.
Ectoplasm.
哇，好熟啊！我突然之間記得自己啲擺嘅嘢。細胞愛情的愛質。哦，即OK， 都係講緊鬼魂啲 friend 原來 OK 好。應該係一個舊啲嘅字。Where do the local screenwriters get the stuff? You've been hanging out in the store for a while, and you decided to pick up tape so they can open the till. But which one do you choose? OT, the outer terrestrial. 跟住 Kremlins or Rockbusters 小死。喂，我唔係好中意睇 science fiction。Kremlins. 184，哇！我睇完佢睇完佢 description 就走噶啦喎。Mogwais are adorable small creatures, gentle, obedient, and loyal to President. That is unless they are in the vicinity of foreign influence, which will turn them into the dreadful criminals, fetish, and deprived criminals working for the Black Brigades. 救命啊！呢個 Mogwais 呢種生物咧係好得意嘅，好細嘅，好溫柔，好乖，好聽話嘅，就係最中意聽個總統講嘢噶啦。除非咧佢哋咧喺呢個外國勢力嘅影響之下咧，佢哋咧就會變咗做一啲好得人驚嘅 criminals， 咁佢哋就係好惡嘅，同埋好衰嘅criminals， 好犯罪分子去幫呢啲Black Brigade 去做嘢嘅，救命！ You slip the VHS into your bag at the Kremlin taped to your infantry. 我要自己畫。Go on to 64. 救命！ I forgot how fun this is. 64. 係。Finally, the couple has come to an agreement. Turns out they will each have one tape. 笑死，一早應該咁做。You're wondering why they didn't think of that sooner, Sunna. But it could be that their financial situation doesn't allow for a wide VHS discussion. Okay, which makes you think about your own situation. If someone had told you 2 years ago that you would be planning a heist today, you probably won't have believed them. But it all happened so fast. First, the crisis, national growth at a standstill. Then the sawmill closed with a swift kick in the rear to thank you for 20 years of commitment to them. Wow, to the team. Wow, 我返咗工20年。Some nasty gigs, then a leg of nasty gigs. Months of background, the motel owner changing the locks with all your stuff inside. The last 6 nights spent in the gold bowl, mulling your options instead of sleeping. You've examined the problem every which way in your head, but this is the only outcome. You need a financial bump, here and now, just enough to get back on your feet. Pay the rent that is due, get back to your room and your stuff. After that, everything will turn out for the best, that's for sure. You hear the dull chimes, the sound of an engine leaving in the distance. The last customers have left the place. This is the chime, go on to the thing. 叫我啦，我跳翻轉頭真啊！再翻轉頭50啦，我嚇死我！咁我You walk up to the register with a determined stride. The cashier, a lanky dude with greasy hair, doesn't even bother to look at you, deeply enthralled by this super tired comical. Tyrant 係佢哋總統嘅名。His skinny arms are probably half the size of your own. Even without a dart gun, you won't have any trouble scaring him off, let alone subduing him. You dig into your bag and you pull out the gun coded 56 and pull out the VHS coded 56. 嚇？我覺得佢俾錢打劫會容易過就咁，即係我都冇佢 share 嗰時，跟住佢俾錢。30係嘛？幾多啊？13，唔係我真係讀佢上網度。No, this is too hard. You cannot easily shove a gun into his footsteps. It could be his mother. 原來我女仔嚟。原來揀13就決定唔做。乜做唔做好啊？我仲諗住佢俾錢添。佢講到自己好差咁，講到自己勁需要錢。 我間房啲嘢全部俾個汽車旅館個人鎖晒入邊喎，因為我冇俾租喎。我需要我啲嘢嘅。個小朋友嚟啫，即係我嚇走佢之後又唔係打佢。Hello Eugene， 波特根56。Empty the tape. I mean, give me the collection plate. Empty the till. I mean, god damn it, this is a robbery. Now the cashier.
Dane.
What? Dane. Do something that one considered to be beneath one's dignity. Huh. Okay. Now the cashier deigns to look up at you. You can see the terror in his eyes. It's obvious that he's taking you seriously. Did you just traumatize him for life? You can't help but feel bad for the kid. Hell, it could be his mother. But there's no time for sappy stuff. The door chimes are ringing. You touch. Go on to 9. 9. I don't. 9. Everybody, show me your knees. I mean, everybody on your knees. Show me your hands. I mean, goddammit. This is a robbery, 哇！我打到死。Two masked men have just barged into the video store. One is pointing a shotgun at the cashier. 係咪 son of Mitchell? The other is knocking down the tape stalls with the tip of his crowbar. Hey, son of Mitchell. Where did they come from? Did they hear an engine pull up? Stan, the lady over there has a gun. Miss, drop your weapon. I mean, this is a robbery. Well, you know, 我哋兩個都即係我哋雙方都打到死。Do you know what a robbery is? They don't look particularly smart, but you've never heard of a dark gun. You have never heard of a dark shotgun. If you drop your weapon and get on the ground, go onto 150. You would rather point your gun at them. Or is there any sound? Sound Mitch jealousy, like go on ahead. Startled, the masked man raised his hand, seemingly forgetting that he also has a weapon. Wow, slow down with that stuff. That's not a toy. Is that? What? I think it is. You think what is, Mitch? I think that is a toy. Look, price tag is still hanging. Mega Punch? Have you ever seen guns of the Mega Punch? Stan points his gun at you again as Mitch wrestles the toy away. Get on the ground. 點啊？我俾自己 fix 咗喎。佢係咪有 show 㗎？支槍嘅時候，係咪有 show 個 price tag 㗎？冇，點樣 fix 咗自己㗎？即係我點樣擺明本書 fix 我喎？睇到幾多啊？佢話幾多？37。If you comply, go to 150. If you're ready to give it your all, go to 221. 係咪會死嘅？我覺得唔會死嘅，但係我覺得亦都可能會死。真係 reach 唔晒嘅。21。我唔知佢10年前收唔晒。21。You raise your hands in a peaceful gesture. You won. You have a shotgun. I have nothing. The tilt is all yours. I thought so. But if I may... No, you may not at all. If it so happens that we disagree with you, I won't want to be in your shoes. You're breathing deep. I didn't hear an engine before you guys entered. How did you get here on foot? Possibly. How do you expect to leave after the robbery? Running away? How long before the police just picks you up on the side of the road? She's got a point, Stan. Let me think. Here's my proposal. I have my car parked outside. If you let me have 1/3 of the loot, I will drive you far away from here before the cops show up. Or we could just take your keys and leave with your ride anyway. It's a stick shift. Stan, I can only drive automatic. 唔識揸棍波啊佢哋。Me too, Mitch. Sounds like she's got the upper hand. You help the kid fill up Gangster's duffel bag, and all three of you run out to the GoPro. Now you need to get out of here. 哇，真係好人啊！我哋幫個小朋友去擺啲錢落嚟130，係咯 ，sandwich 打到成130。佢可唔可以揾 Control F1 頁數？佢上面都有得俾我直接打頁數，但係個問題係我唔知佢130係邊頁，所以我寧願咁樣錄。The sad guy slapped his door shut. Which old girl? Okay, everyone's old girl. 我就打香港20年，跟住我仲覺得好老。佢轉我媽，真係。俾 sandwich 話老真係，我玩即係96號公路咧，我係一個小朋友嚟嘅，我係即係咁多次都係小朋友嚟，即係嗰啲咩14歲至18歲咁樣好似。Okay, everyone's accounted for. Now where do we go? You choose to look past the insulting part, mostly because he still has a gun in hand. Still has a shotgun in hand. I was hoping that you would know. How are we supposed to know? This is like our first robbery. Oh, so it was my first too. You feel their incredulous eyes gazing at you, which whispers, I guess it's never too late to start. Okay, since you seem to be the only one with any sense of urgency of your situation, you forgo the brainstorming. If you drive towards the border in the north, go on to 141. If you prefer to go back to the city in the south, go to 18. Yep, city 好似唔係幾好。啱啱打完劫應該走，應該141 BGM 試到25%好。OK， 呢個係25%。係幾多啊？哦喂喂，係幾多啊？係死啦，141啊！好唔該。Gangsters always head for the border. That's got to be a good reason for that. The border is a great idea. The police will never come and get us on the other side. What about the wall, Stan? What about the wall? Won't it be like in the way? 嚇！我哋唔係真係過境㗎嘛？我哋攞完啲錢，即係我要 pay rent 㗎嘛？係嘛？ Inauguration for the wall isn't until tomorrow, Mitch. Oh yeah, that's true. That's all good then. The wall? 哦，真係未起場。哦，10年前原來未起。You choose to keep silent the fact that if the wall will be inaugurated tomorrow, that logically means it has already been built. You also kept silent because you had forgotten about the wall. And so right now, you don't feel a whole lot smarter than them. 嚇！但有埲牆喺個邊境度嘅喎。唔緊要，埲牆聽日先開幕。哦，OK， 咁真係冇牆啦。The action never stops, eh? Up to 141 now. we just keep jumping everywhere. Stan pulls something out of his pocket and throws it on your knees. Here, put this on since we're a team now. We have one extra. It was for our little sister, but she decided she didn't want to tag along. Sonia 梗係唔會同你哋3個打劫啦，佢咁有錢係咪？可能10年前佢冇錢嘅，其實112。You've been driving for almost 30 minutes, and you've run out of conversation topics a while ago. It seems like besides the matching masks, the three of you have little in common. Hey Stan, could you turn on the radio? I don't know, Mitch. You would have to ask the lady. Do you mind if we turn on the radio? If you don't mind, go on to 121, or right about now, with your life on the line for a third of a video store's daily income. You'd rather drive in silence. 聽咯，都係聽 Sonia 嘅啫。121。Stan turns on the radio. of the video store, Video 99. The dangerous gangsters are currently driving south on 57, where police radio block should pick them up shortly. Stay tuned to GNN News for more news live and direct. You're gobsmacked. What do they mean, driving south? Hey Stan, are we driving towards the border? I thought we were, Mitch, unless someone is trying to pull a fast one. No, I swear we're driving north. I guess the police got the wrong info. Or maybe they're bluffing. Why would they be bluffing, Stan? So that we'll go north and run into the real roadblock. Nonsense. We're staying the course. And stepping right into the trap they've laid for us? No way, Mitch, we need to turn around. Yeah, 我哋係逃跑，即係我哋揸緊車去北邊，跟住嗰個電台就話嗰啲賊揸緊去南邊，咁我哋應該繼續行定係反轉頭？吓？我唔知喎。Very soft. There's some intense reading music. I'm just putting on the I'm just putting on the gameplay music, and like the music is actually fitting for this current situation. I don't know. No, Mitch. Wow. Why would they be bluffing this time? So that we'll go north then. So Stan 就話Stan 就話返轉頭 ，Mitch 就話繼續。真係唔知喎。我對自己嘅揸車即係我對自己嘅導航唔係好知道我唔係好知自己導航到成點。電台應該唔會無端講大話仔係嘛？冇啊！電台，so confused 另這邊另這邊67好棘啊67啦另這邊啦我會信自己行錯路咯多過信警察特登講大話叫我哋行第邊 Sorry Mitch, I will stand on this one But as you slow down to make a U-turn, Mitch grabs the steering wheel from the backseat and attempts to prevent the maneuver. Mitch, what the hell are you doing? You gotta... Yeah, I need to tap it at home. Oh, good job, guys. The GoPro wraps around the billboard pole. The metallic crashing of the train thunders in your head, and you remain stunned for a while. When you regain your senses, Stan and Mitch are already walking away with their duffel bag. Hey, where do you think you're going? What about my share? Sorry, you no longer have a car, and seeing how we still have the shotgun, the deal is off. That's not how a deal works. Oh, Juno, this was your first robbery too. You neither have the strength out, nor the willpower to run after them. Right now, what you really need is a break. Huh? 強制休息65 Oh, Angus 65 You sit on the ground a moment, long enough to examine your situation. You have no job, no place, and now no car. You're lost in the middle of nowhere with maybe, who knows, a concussion. The plan you have devised to get your head above water has only dragged you further down. In short, it's not great, but you still have to figure out what's next. If you take a look at the billboard over your head, go to 370. If you check out the engine, go to 45. You already know what's going what it's going to look like. Don't feel like seeing it. Go on to 302. No harm in looking at the billboard, I think. No harm in looking at the billboard. But what's the billboard gonna be? Just an entire 話啦，都冇壞嘅，望下個 billboard。300係咪307？唔係307吓，等陣，我唔記得咗要去到邊度。等陣啊，去到邊度？放翻自己個台先，放翻自己個台。撈下唔記得咗。370啊！哇，救命！我真係咧，佢數字點乜嘅？370，係咯，我都知㗎啦，即係咪就係 person tyrant 咯？咪就係咁咯，個標本。我嚟掟你先，係見到 feel 到。Tyrant watches over you. Hard to tell if this is supposed to be comforting or menacing. There's no better slogan to accompany the artist's rendition of the border wall. The billboard advertises the inauguration date tomorrow and invites every Petria to watch the event on GNN. If you check out the engine, go to 45. If you get your stuff out of the truck, go on to 302. Check 咗應該仲有得攞嘅 ，check 下咯。45 check 下。You're no mechanic, but you can tell the difference between a bunch of squished up metal and a functioning engine. What you're looking at is clearly squished up metal. The Golfo isn't going anymore. If you look up at the billboard, go on to 370. If you pop the truck to get your stuff out of the car, go to 302. 302. 302. 302. 302. You open the trunk of the Golfo. There are a few garbage bags filled with clothes. Whether the motel owner allowed you to grab, or whatever the motel owner allowed you to grab, you won't be able to take it all. You stuff a pair of shorts, 2 tank tops, 2 bras, and a handful of clean underwear into your shoulder bag. There's still a bit of room. What else will you take? Your spray on, deodorant, a bottle of tepid water, half a bottle of gin. 咩個 gin 啊？酒嚟嘅。咩個 gin？ 應該開咗幾廿版出嚟嘅。咩個 gin？ GIN 咩嚟㗎？琴酒咩嚟㗎？中國隊攞酒飲啊？唔應該攞酒。Spray on deodorant. Tepid water 又係咩啊？咩叫 tepid water？ Tepid water. Slightly warm lukewarm. 我覺得攞水咯，都正常應該攞水嘅。20啊，攞水飲，飲啖水先。20, okay. A translucent water bottle with a hard plastic tap holding the cap tethered to the neck. You have no idea how long it has been in your truck, but considering today's temperature, it won't be a deal breaker. And add the plastic bottle to your inventory and go to 103. Okay, 我哋而家咧有嗰個 個 band 帶同埋有支槍，仲有冇？好似冇咗支槍。死啦！我去邊？20、103，跟住同埋支水，好有用。103。Okay, what now? You swore you wouldn't go back and grove with the motel owner, but the events of the last few days are forcing you to reconsider your priorities. Sleeping indoors beats whatever crumbs are left of your pride. You could also try to build a towing company that works on credit. That's got to exist. Anyway, you have to find a phone first, and it's not going to come to you. If you get back on the road on foot looking to find a phone booth, go on to 340. You remain on the shade of the billboard. To hit your right, go on to 328. 去到呢個 classic 嘅地方，就係呢個要上車啦。哇，會唔會上咗 Happy Taxi 嘅？328啦，要上車328，我唔想行路。328，好耐冇見你咁，好似好耐冇見你咁。哦天啊，好耐冇見咩？唔係禮拜日見咗咯，禮拜日晚咪見咗，好耐冇見。Hitchhiking in the desert isn't the most exciting activity, so to pass the time you start counting red cars. After 30 minutes, you have to count exactly 0 red cars and 0 cars of any color. If you keep on waiting, go on to 231. If you change your mind and start walking to the north, go on to 317. 點會有車㗎係嘛？231咯，231唔急嘅，我唔想行啫。231。Finally, the sound of an engine. A big engine too. Several engines? Soon it all became clear. A black limousine appears in the distance, surrounded by 4 motorcycles. Very official. You lift your thumb, wondering who is traveling in the motorcade. But the limousine drives without slowing down, and its windows are tinted. If you keep on waiting, go on to 261. If you change your mind and start walking, 喂，我哋繼續等啦，好唔好啊？冇理由唔等啫，我好想睇到上車啊！261。Another half hour passed by. Not a single thing comes to disturb the tranquility of this vast extent of void. This isn't normal. You know this road. It's not the busiest one in the land. But with the inauguration of the wall tomorrow, there should be an uptick in traffic going north. Something's up. If you keep on waiting, go on to 291. If you change your mind and start walking to the north, go to 317. 291應該我哋真係應該坐到路啩291，因為又冇人91，我繼續等下先。You're sitting in the dirt, a tank top around your head to protect yourself from the sun. You're just about to give up, but you keep holding on, because you know that things usually work themselves out when you're just about to give up. And you're right, you're an incoming engine puttering, a small one this time, and by itself. Your hopes are vanishing when you make out the shape of a motor scooter. Dispirited, you lower your thumb, but the motorcycle stops anyway. To be fair, your wreck behind you is probably drawing some attention. Wow, quite the fender bender. Anything broken? Besides her, you point back to the goal hole with your thumb. No, I think I'm okay. The young woman is wearing a helmet of questionable taste. Apparently designed to look like a scaly monster's head. A dinosaur, perhaps. When she raises the visor, it looks like the creature is opening its mouth. And okay, no, not a young woman, a kid. Do you need me to drop you off somewhere? I'll be okay. I think I'll wait for a car. You might be waiting a long time with the roadblock and all. The roadblock? Yeah, the cops are blocking the road a few blocks down. They're not letting anyone go through. Well, besides the bigwigs, I guess. I heard there was a robbery. Well, how did you get through? I can go anywhere with this. Zoom zoom. She mimics zigzag with her hand. So, last chance, wanna come with? If you accept the proposal, go to 250. If you're not about to jump on the back of a scooter driven by a 16-year-old with a dinosaur helmet, go to 314. 跟佢啦，250。嗰個樣都唔好細個啫，250，少少。Actually, I just need to make some calls. Do you know where I could find a phone? There's a phone booth at the trailer park where I'm going. I can bring you. This is starting to sound like a plan. My name is Lola, by the way. Lo, you answer. Lo. I don't suppose you're afraid to ride a motorcycle? I glance at the vehicle. A turquoise mobbed, used, and freshly repainted, with something you've never seen before, pedals sticking out of each side. I wouldn't call this a motorcycle. Yeah, I call it a fellow. Make a fellow. What? I see, because of the pedals. What? No. Fellow for fellows. Directors? You're starting to regret your decision, but it's a bit too late to change your mind. 咩嚟㗎？好龍品種嚟㗎。什麼 raptor？ 咩道龍屬？哦，速龍啫，速龍 OK。哦，咁啊，168，發生咩事啊？ The kid is between your thighs, uncomfortable. Know how much? Dangerous. And you're swimming through the desert, a cool 30 miles per hour. Mildly impressive. You did learn that Lola was going to spend the night at the trailer park with some friends. You can imagine. You used to do that a long time ago. The noise of the engine drowns out any possible conversation starter, so you go along silently, and fists clenched on the rear handles. The latter prevent you from flying over the front when Lola suddenly brakes. Oh, what? 159. 159. What's that? Why are we stopping? P-brake, still say. Although at least I'm P-braking. Without a word, Lola leaves you unmoved and goes to crunch down in the middle of nothing about 20 feet away. That, maybe 8. You sigh. You patiently wait for her, go on to 247. You take the opportunity to leave with the bike. 哇，冇咁衰啊嘛！哇，人哋去個廁所，你放晒嘢，你踎低去個廁所，跟住你偷咗佢架電單車。人哋好啊，人哋16歲嘅啫。247啦，唔好咁，過意唔去。247。1 minute later, Lola calls out to you. Hello, come see. You look up to make sure that she's done with her business and walk toward her. She flourishes a big rock, trapezoid shaped. Oh! Lola! 的士司機個女啊，好鍾意恐龍嗰個啊！哦！哇！偷咗佢嘅電單車真係俾的士司機殺。She flourishes a big rock, trapezoid shaped, right underneath your nose. Look! What's that? A rock? No, I mean look! You're looking. Enclosed inside the rock, there's a wavy shape, a sort of spiral. Serrated? Oh, that's a fossil, a tingling ammonite. That's it. Isn't that so cool? Kinda? Me too find that so cool, kinda. Go on to 265. It takes more than ruffians to impress you. Go on to 142. 我都想同老劉熟嘅，265啦，265。Lola carries on. It's crazy to me that 100 million years ago, Petria was completely underwater. Haha, not really. She cocks her head, obviously befuddled by her remark. Well, yeah, how else do you explain that there are tectonic marine animal fossils from the Devonian era in this desert? Okay, perhaps the kid is a bit better informed than you are on the subject. She hands you the fossil. Here, you want to hold it? Don't you want to keep it? I already have a bunch, and also I don't have pockets. You hesitate for a second. I swear I didn't pee on it. It was in front of me, way further down. And the ammonite fossil, add the ammonite fossil to your inventory and go to 102. 102. 102. 102. So, you like fossils, huh? Yeah, since I was little. Fossils, dinosaurs. I want to be a paleontologist when I grow up. I don't even know if there are paleologists in Petria. Well then, I'll become the first one. I'll be the first one. She said that casually, shrugging. That's when it hits you that she will definitely make it. The creek don't rise. 跟住佢就死咗。佢應該係即係呢個故事完嘅，即係完或者臨尾佢就會死。So what do you do for a living? I'm a train driver. Awkward but polite. Silence. I drive those big logging trucks with the wagons. Oh, okay. Well, right now I'm not driving a whole lot since the small sawmill closed. Why are you telling her this? Why does she care? Anyway, maybe we should get back on the road, and I want to keep your friends waiting. Ah, yes, let's do this. There's probably another hour of riding. 196. 196. 196. 196. 196. Here we are. Lola kills the engine and takes off her helmet, showing you for the first time her long, dark blonde hair. Long, dark blonde hair. How does dark and blonde mix together? She looks even younger without the T-Rex head on. Follow me. I need to introduce you to people. They're a bit paranoid around here. We step in after her into the trailer park. Up to a camper gathered outside around a wooden cables spool made into a table. 記得我哋有探過佢個 trailer park 㗎，即係好似係咩個樓梯擺晒恐龍咁樣㗎。Oh. Two couples are in deep conversation. They stop as they see you approaching. Hello, these are my friends. What's that now? The fourth individual seems to be around 30 years old, not quite the friend group you expected for a teenager. This is Connie, and this is John. She points to a short brunette wearing a leather jacket, then to a burly bearded guy, shirt open with the plentiful chest hair and his leg in a cast. And these are Kims, but you can call them Stephen and Naomi. Looking like yuppies on vacation, the young Asian couple doesn't seem to quite fit in this trailer park. And little Alex! Alex! Lola points to a boy in Stephen's lap, then turns to her friends. Stephen and Bingo. Lola is a hitchhiker that I picked up on the way. She just needs to use the phone. Small group direct you to a phone booth in the back to the right after the blue trailer. You follow their instructions as they give the teen a warmer welcome. Samsamba. Alex. Samsamba. 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 我記得呢個嘢啊，我哋一齊推冧咗。338. You wander amongst the trailers, which seem to be arranged particularly chaotically. But perhaps it's the opposite. It may be possible to walk around this maze, but the tables, the chairs, the pallets, and the crates scattered in your path made it impossible for a new vehicle to pass through. You don't know who's living here, but they're not vacationers. A little bit further down, a tall pole towers over the trailer park. You can make out a bunch of stuff attached at the top. Some kind of greasy pole? If you keep on walking to the phone booth, go on to 35. If you stop to look at the crates, go on to 86. If you try to get closer to the pole, 107. 107. 107. 107. 107. 107. 107. Wait, time out. You walk in the direction opposite to what you've been told. You're not sure you're allowed to be there, and so you walk on the tip of your toes. As you walk past the window of a visibly inhabited trailer, you need to crouch to avoid getting noticed. This is when you hear the radio crackling. Found a GoFull wagon. Chris. 三個兩個啫 Video store robbery. Chris. Identity of the accomplice. Chris calling for backup. Sounds like police frequency. Does that mean that they're still coming after you? A string of horns sound and startled you, almost giving away your location. At least it's not a siren. You keep walking toward the pole. Go on to 331. You prefer to go towards the horns. Go on to your horns. 蘇怡嗰陣應該幾歲嘅啫？可唔可以兩邊都去咧？去個 horns 就先啦。147。哦 ，horns 原來係車 horns。The honking is coming from the park's entrance. Quickly, it is replaced by shouting, some kind of argument. You slip through the trailers to go back to the road, and you discover Lola rapping with a 40-year-old man who is obviously trying to force her into his cab. Huh? Let me go, damn it. If you feel the need to intervene, go on to 79. If you keep your distance, go on to 27. That is her dad, and he...但係佢10年後喺度即係周街殺人，但係我都想望下佢嘅79，我都想望下佢79，雖然可能會俾佢鬧，但我都想望下佢。Sir, let go of this young woman. Mind your damn business. He was so busy dragging Lola by her arm that he didn't even look at you. You went through your options. Call for help? No time for that. Call the police? You're joking. Let this old pervert get away with putting a young woman in the back of his cab? No way. Alright, if you have the dart gun and wish to use it, go on to 356. If you seek to subdue the aggressor, go on to 305. Go ahead and punch him in the face with a 5. Hop. 308 305咯。哇！我攞槍指住佢，即刻攞槍指翻我。305。呢個人黐線嘅。10年後啦，佢10年前應該都唔好得幾多。You've been alive for 47 years, and you've never had to subdue anyone. So you wonder whether you'll be up to par. 等陣，我係要咩㗎？我要攬佢。It turns out to be very easy. Apparently you just need to grab the arm, twist it in a way it's not supposed to go. Huh? His face on the ground, the aggressor swiftly changes his tune and begs you to let him go. You advise him to do so quickly. Flushed with anger, pain, and shame, he picks up his hat, gets behind the wheel of his cab, and drives away as Lola flips her middle finger at him. You know, 佢哋嘅 relationship 係咁。You help her back on her feet. You okay? Better. What's that guy? Did you know him? She dusted off her clothes distractedly. Douche, forget him. Come on, let's go grab a bite. the guys are preparing a barbecue, and I'd say you'd serve a rib. You don't have much else to do. Go on to 110. 我想睇嗰支鋪啊，當時打110 原來的士司機10年前會咁多，咁啊原來佢同佢女嘅關係咁差。110 You share a meal with the band, or rather, they share a meal with you. Other trailer park denizens occasionally join you around the fire, long enough for a rib or a chat, but the guest list always narrows down to the core members: John Connie， 哇好熟啊 ！John Connie 係John 係 Papa Bear 係嘛？係咯，見到呢隻手 ，John 係 Papa Bear，Connie 係佢老婆 Lola 啦，跟住 Kim 就唔記得係邊個 Alex， Kim 就係 Alex 爸爸媽媽 Alex 咯，跟住我。And you wondering what you're doing here. The answer doesn't come until the end of the meal. So hello, I hear you're a truck driver. Used to be, but John caught you when your mouth was full, so you just nod. I believe I also heard you needed some money. You don't even bother responding to that one. Is there anyone living in Petria today who doesn't need money? He crushes his empty can of beer and continues. Listen, we have an offer for you. There's a truck that we bought that we ought to drive to the border tomorrow night. 와. 저揸嗰架爆炸車 What? JoJo 佢叫我揸架爆炸貨車去個邊境。哦 Time to be part of history 係啊 spoiler 晒所有人。嗰時但係其實即係呢個係講10年前嘅事咧。你一開96號公路，佢就同你講10年前嗰個 border 爆炸咗，跟住同埋嗰啲人咯，即係呢個死咗，嗰個冇死到咁樣，呢堆人 John Connie Lola the Kims Alex。Time to be part of history. We have an offer for you. There's a truck that we ought to drive to the border tomorrow night. It's in time for the inauguration of the wall. I would have done it myself, but fate had it differently. He points to the cast on his sling. 3,000 to deliver the truck and bed for tonight. What do you say? 3,000 would pay for the motel and all of your stuff and get your life back on track. But right now, at this moment, the promise of a bed for the night is the most appealing. 嚟啦，做啊 You accept with a question. Go on to 124. If you want to make a deal, go on to 74. If you'd like to ask some question first. 問咗先啦，聽佢講啲故仔啦。42，而家 Connie 故事。42。Take it easy, darling. We don't really like questions around these parts. 哇，佢完全唔俾我問添啊 ！Oh my! If you have the filler with the strange symbol, go on to a flyer. The flyer? The strange symbol. Black Brigade. If you want to know what's in the truck, go on to 298. You ask, what's the catch? 我覺得即係我已經知 what's in the truck 㗎啦，所以咧就佢哋應該唔會答嘅，所以就 ask what's the catch 好似分少少。286 The catch is happening right now, all around, slowly closing in on us. We're not sure what John means by that, but you have a feeling it's better not to ask. If you accept the offer, go on to 124. If you try to negotiate, go on to 74. For another question, 可以問其他嘢，咁我就問嘅車有咩咯？咁我就問咩42號，我就問下架車有咩？42。 Hello， 點讀咧你個名？益力啊，係嘛？應該叫你益力。這是什麼？呢個係Road 96嘅 Prologue 嘅前傳啊，呢個96號公路嘅前傳係一個一本係咪 interactive book 係咪互動書咁樣？總之就係即係讀一段，跟住佢叫你去邊，叫你去下一段去邊就去邊咁樣。298啊，298。The catch is happening all around us, closing in. 298. The catch. 298. Change. What's in the truck? Change. John's one-word answer hangs over the campfire. You won't get a more satisfying response. If you accept the offer, another question 啦，問晒佢啦，不如都冇所謂嘅。雖然佢都我都知個答案，但係我都想問一問22。係佢嘅 strange symbol 312。You pull out the flyer and show it around. A flyer in my pocket, Mela. Any idea what this is? Yeah. John surely expected an overbearing silence to follow his curt response, but Lola did not get the memo. I did the drawing. The B stands for Black Brigades. Oh, yun na Lola waka. A terrorist group? Tense atmosphere around the campfire. Connie placed it down. The terrorist group invented by Tarek to win the last election. Yes, we just borrowed the name. So, you guys are terrorists? Frowned with brows. Okay, that might have been one question too many. You accept the offer? Huh. If invented by Tarek to win the last election. 原來係咁樣啊！方面係咪每段都有得揀唔同嘅前進？每段都有得揀唔同段去前進。佢唔跟頁數嘅，佢跟段，所以我喺度碌緊。原來係咁咩？原來係即係港獨之父嘅 friend， 港獨之父嘅 friend 係嗰個即係 Black Brigade 係總統作嚟去贏上次嘅選舉，跟住佢哋就真係借咗個名。Nice。OK， 74。1,000 now. 3,000 at delivery. I said 3,000 at delivery. 1,015 now. 250 at delivery. 咁咩嘅？2,500 at delivery. Alright, okay. 3,000 at delivery. Like I said. 讀數。124. You reach out your hand, and John squeezes it inside his own. He will bring you to the truck tomorrow at dawn, and until then, you'll share a trailer with the Kims. There will be no further mention of the truck tonight. The Kims go tuck the kid in bed, and Connie slips away. If you go with the Kims to lay down, go on to 137. You follow Connie. 253. You stay around the campfire with John and Lola. 我想知 Connie 喎 John and Lola Connie 我唔記得咗 Connie 253我要講住因為我碌下就唔記得咗253呢度You find Connie sitting on a pile of pallets. She is smoking a cigarette out of sight. Headphones on, she lowers them as you approach. Don't tell John. You shake your head in understanding. She carries on, sometimes a little bit stubborn about stuff. A little rough maybe, but it's for a good cause. Once was best for Petria. Sounds like she's no longer talking about the cigarette. Thank you for helping out. If you answer that you're only in it for the money, go on to 174. Just keep your mouth shut, go on to 223. 算啦，唔好講嘢。2、3，我唔記得啲 Connie 係佢老婆定佢個女。She puffs a cloud of smoke and continues. Times are changing, let me tell you. The Tyrek establishment is at the end of its ropes. Petrians are furious. It would just take one spark for the whole powder keg to explode. Alright. She crushes her cigarette butt on the pallet. Where is that spark? You have many questions, but Connie has already put her headphones back on and is heading back to the trailer. If you stay outside to get some fresh air, go on to 269. OK. 即係而家係繼續，即係坐下或者瞓覺，梗係坐下啦，坐下就會有嘢發生㗎啦嘛。嗱，9。He remained bogged for a moment, pondering Connie's last words. What does she mean by that? Does it imply that... What's this? Your hand bumps a small object on the pallet. You bring it up to the light. It's a small, pink plastic lighter. Probably Connie's. You slip it into your pocket, thinking you'll have a chance to return it tomorrow. 即係冇啦，係咪？Add the lighter to your inventory. Go on to 166. 即係冇機會俾翻佢咯。講到咁樣，166。唉，大概一定做到恐龍化學家，係佢一定做到。如果冇嘢發生嘅話。Lights are off by the time you return to the trailer. You can locate your bunk thanks to nightlight. 1,000 questions are swirling through your head. You anticipate not being able to fall asleep. Joke's on you, it takes less than a minute. 351 即係哇！好彩我坐多陣啫，嗰個 letter 應該有用。A loud grunt wakes you up. Is it the savage beast? No, just a kid snoring on the bench next to you. What the hell? Do 4-year-olds even snore? How does a tiny thing make so much noise? If you bury your head under the pillow, go on to 6. If it's too late, you're wide awake. 1 to 361. 哇！我唔會太攰㗎，但係即係呢啲 situation 就應該醒耐啲，就多啲嘢發生就會好啲。但係我會唔會太攰㗎？即係 Road 96係有即係體力吧，應該輸就應該冇嘅。You lay there on your back, staring at the trailer ceiling. It is completely unremarkable, but as Alex's snoring starts to fade away, you realize that you're not the only one who's awake. From the other end of the trailer, he whispers, "We're making a huge mistake, Stephen. A gigantic mistake. You knew what we're getting into. What about this Lola lady? Does she know what she's getting into? What about Lola? Lola knows exactly what she's in for. She's 16, she doesn't know a thing. Her future is also at stake, and as long as Tyrek is in power. Of course Tyrek must be stopped. I'm just saying there has to be another way. We should have thought about that before handing the briefcase to John. I know. Their discussion stops there. Alex adjusts his sleeping position, putting a temporary end to the snoring. He picked that chance to get back to sleep. Oh well. 6嗰度4應該唔會啩6啊，好似係咁讀個估，我辛苦都冇辦法，着咗個 Toby 都冇辦法。Wakey! Huh? What? Hello, I'm expecting you at the entrance in 15 minutes. As for the Kims, I'll be seeing you afterward for a last breathing. John, of course, you have no idea what time it is, except it's early, way too early. Something from a previous life. Naomi hands you a towel. 邊個 Naomi 啊？邊個 Naomi？ What? Save us some hot water. You step out of the trailer with crusty eyes, foggy brain, and yet feeling fresher and more rested than you have all week, so that's good. John is waiting for you at the entrance. Just like he said, you follow him in silence alongside the road, then behind the hills that but the trailer park. This is where, away from prying eyes, the monster awaits you. Oh no, no. What? No. I can't drive those. I said a truck. This is a truck. Are you or are you not a truck driver? I'm a mule train driver. And just because these aren't locks back there, all of a sudden you forget how to drive? Just think of it as a big old lock. He's not wrong. There's no reason why he couldn't drive a tanker, because this is what it is. A freaking tanker truck. And you know what happens to tankers. You've seen it in the movies. John doesn't wait for your response. Tankers? Good. We're all on the same page. He tosses you the keys and turns around. See you at the border before the inauguration. Don't be late. You're not coming with me? No. All of us have work to do before nightfall. Huh. Jojo Howard. John is leaving you alone with the truck. Now you two just need to get acquainted. You would never climb into a truck before having done all the safety checks. Old habit. If you begin with a walk around the truck, go on to 210. You check the engine, go on to 363. If you climb the cab, go on to 337. If you plan out your drive, walk around the truck. Because why not? Because why not? 其實可以炸彈嚟喎呢嚿嘢，記得照炸佢。咩啊？頭先嗰句係咩啊？翻返去睇先。Connie 講嗰句 ，Connie 講嗰句係咩話？Times are changing, let me tell you. The entire establishment is at the end of its rope. Petrians are furious. It would just take one spark for the whole powder keg to explode. Weird, that spark. Hey, 210號。You kick each of the tires and wipe each of the mirrors. The lug nuts on the wheel all seem tight. You're not seeing a single crack on the grinders or the stringers. Besides a bit of rust pot marking the tank, which used to be white, everything seems in order. You check the engine, climb up, check. Oh, why not check? 就不要 check 就 check 啦。363。The engine doesn't look brand new, but in your experience, that's actually a good thing. You check the levels in the master cylinder and the pump tank. A-OK. The power steering belt even seems to have been changed recently. Nice touch. If you walk around the vehicle, plan out 349. As you had hoped, you find a road map in the glove box. You know the route, but it never hurts to brush up. You're currently located in the middle of Road 86, one of the longest in the country. Driving north for 200 miles, you get to the bottom of Mount National. From there, you can take one of the mountain roads to reach the 96.係啊 ，96 係最尾嗰條路。Eventually, the border looks like about 8 hours drive total. Let's say it's 5 or 6 in the morning. You should be well ahead of schedule to make it there by 7 in the evening. If you walk around the vehicle, okay, 我哋可以 climb out 啦。327。You start the engine and the truck purrs. Not a single warning light turns on. Good start. Since daylight is dawning, you have a chance to check all your lamps and everything else. Steering wheel check, brakes check, horn Honk. Looks like everything's good. One small thing. Your gas tank is 3/4 empty. That's short. Too short. You'll have to stop and refuel on the way, without money. Do you see how that might turn into an issue? Huh. 咁點啊？咁點啊？咁點啊？咁嚇？咁點啊？冇錢入油我哋169，都話俾咗錢先。169。You depress the gas pedal with the nagging feeling that you are forgetting something. Feeling is always there, so you try to clear your mind by focusing on the road. The barrel-shaped keychain jingles against the dashboard. Fossil. One would assume it is a mashup of fossil and oil, considering it was a petroleum company based in Petria. You're wondering whether they might have put in a little too much effort on the branding. The light flashes. What's that? Speed camera? On 86? That would be a first. A massive lightning strike shines some light on matter. Then the sky's entire supply of precipitation starts falling on Petria. Haha. Wipers, that's what you forgot to check. A downpour comes beating on your windshield and you can barely see the gleamer of your headlamps and the nascent morning light. The water seems to call... 查下先。我初見啊，貓騎女友。初見啊。Copy。喺度讀緊書。這就我完全 copy 咗次錯字。呢個 copy。我仲要 search 完，跟住佢俾啲頭等我睇先嚇。咩字
Coalesce.
Coalesce. Come together to form one mass or whole. Okay. The water seems to coalesce into a solid mass around your truck. You've lived in Petria for 47 years. Oh, 我真係我老啦，原來我47歲㗎。And this is just the second time you've seen that much rain. First time it was 1977. It was pouring down so hard that trees were uprooted and rocks were tipping over. You had lost control of your truck in the curve and found yourself driving downhill on a small mountain, weaving in and out of the pines. The good old days. Not sure you'd like to try that again though, even without the pines or the mountain. If you park the truck on the shoulder waiting for rain to stop, go to 300. Drive slowly with your high beams on. Go to 10. 揸慢啲會唔會用油啲？我唔係好識喎。一包黃油都可以嘅，即係攞翻啲槍出嚟，跟住入油啊咁樣。會啊 ，OK， 咁我拍埋嗰邊，唔該晒。拍埋一邊。睇唔到路點炸啊！At this rate, it won't take long before the clouds are all out of rain to pump on you. Cars are passing you occasionally with the lights on. Obviously, it's a lot easier when you have wipers. You stare at the thick water streams racing down your windshield, lulled by the din of raindrops on the sheet metal roof. It's been half an hour, and the storm is showing no signs of letting down. Want to wait a little longer? Go to 322. You're deciding to get back on the road. 等多陣。No, don't go there. Not that way. The cliff. What? Ooh, what cliff? No, it's okay. You're still in the truck. In the rain, you probably dozed off. For 5 minutes, maybe 2 hours? The sky is still as dark as it was. And you sold your watch a long time ago. Can't risk waiting any longer. Let's you meeting time. Get back on the road carefully. 哇，會唔會撞車㗎？如果我try to make up for lost time，233，想撞車即場爆。我揸嗰啲好緊要喎，你佢幾多？ 133，好緊要㗎後邊嗰啲個 spark 嚟嘅。You drive carefully, that means slowly, and the entire space-time continuum seems to wrap. How long has it been now? An hour? Let's see. 1 hour driving 5 miles an hour, so that's 5 miles. If you keep on going like this, you'll reach the border before the end of the month. Lucky for you, it looks like the rain is getting weaker. 即其實我唔係喎，都唔係喎。頭先唔係去233㗎嘛，所以我233係啱嘅，即係我咁樣等多陣係啱嘅。頭先可能已經踩到車啦，跟住已經死咗。If you keep on going like this, you reach the border before the end of the month. Lucky for you, it looks like the rain is getting weaker, which means that it's starting to look like a regular weather event instead of a turbo power washing. Eventually, you'll make out something on the side of the road. Figure, if you slow down, you get a better sense. 1 to 8. If on the contrary, you take advantage of the appearing to speed up. 想睇想睇8係爭邊個啊？嗰個媽媽 bear 8 What you saw was a human figure turned out to be a dead oak tree. Oh, that tree. Okay, good. But you know this tree? It's marking the entrance to a shortcut. Someone has even nailed a wooden arrow-shaped sign on the tree trunk. Starting at this point, the 86 makes a big byway to access the wrecking yard. But if you cut straight through the desert, you could save a cool 2 hours. Take the shortcut, or我覺得唔應該，但我想去睇下。我覺得唔應該就我想睇下。死咗就翻去啦，好冇？可能我見住大家都係好耐冇見。你張 AG 啊，25。You're almost running on empty, so there's no chance to take the long road. If you remember correctly, there's a gas station at the end of the shortcut. That would work out nicely. There's been enough rain to turn the sand into mud. But you know this road like the back pocket of your shorts. You know where there are sharp rocks that could rip a hole in the frame, and where there are potholes that could get you stuck. These are apparently not common knowledge. About 100 yards past the old tree, you see a van stuck in the mud. While the sand sitting on top of it is a satellite dish warned with 3 letters, GNN, the TV channel. If you actually didn't see anything, 哇！有架車喎，哇係電台車喎，哇有人推緊喎，哼，冇啊，其實我乜都見唔到，係咪 Sonia 嚟㗎 ？Side deeply in the park，如果 Sonia 嘅話要夠嘅 ，Canon event 嚟嘅，198，198。You step out of the truck with your jacket covering the top of your head. A woman, soaked to the skin, is pushing the van without purpose or effect. Something wrong? You're supposed to be at the border before tonight, so yeah, you could say there's something wrong. She's in her 20s, extra thin waist, black flowy hair, Sonia. A voice you've heard before. I'm heading that way too. I can drop you off? Oh yeah, that's great. And how are we supposed to broadcast without the van? You didn't get out in the rain to hear mouthy comments. Go on to 281. If you think this S-rated tone is very understandable given the circumstances. 1 to 307. Oh, let me count. Can event. You've always had a thing for damsel in distress. One day will be your downfall. Maybe sooner than you think. Yay. Anyway, let's get to the facts. The van's front passenger side wheel is stuck in the mud. even if the three of you were to push, assuming that the beard guy was so low as to help out, this won't get you anywhere. You need to get creative. Do you have towing cables or something? We have antenna cables. Yeah, no, they won't pull 3 tons. If you have a pair of handcuffs and冇喎，點解會有 handcuffs？ 冇喎，272冇 broadcast， 唔係話要 broadcast 嘅，冇 broadcast， 唔 broadcast 會改咗 history。272。Okay, moving on to plan B. You turn back and go toward the shortcut's entrance. Where are you going? I'll be right back. You get out of the rain. But the pretty brunette follows you instead, so you muster the question. Have we met before? You might have seen me before, on TV. I don't have the TV. Heard me on the radio, but maybe I do the weather report. 佢當年係做 weather report 㗎，跟住之後就變咗做正新聞嗰個。She mentioned it dutifully, without any pride, without any shame either. Did you forecast this vlog? I don't forecast anything, I just say what I'm told. And what were you told? That the weather would be beautiful, of course, for inauguration day. You don't see the connection, but in fairness, you're not a climatologist. Back at the trees, you grab the wooden sign, assess the strength, and pull it off the tree in one sharp tap. That'll do. You return to where you came from and notice that the beard guy hasn't moved one butt cheek, unsurprisingly. Hey, you! Turn me one of those cables. He complied begrudgingly. First, you check that there are no nails left on the board, then you slide it perpendicular to the top of the muck tire. And tie it to the wheel with the antenna cable. Alright, try again now. The engine rumbles, the rear wheels slip a bit, but as you hold the board adds enough grip to get out of the hole. Oh, thanks! I never would have thought that it would work. You'll have to do that too, but you keep that to yourself. Seriously, you just saved our lives. I don't know how to thank you. If you jump a joke back at her, 248. If you decline the offer, 哇，梗係要啦，248。Need accept checks. Her face freezes. You immediately regret it. Okay. 1 minute. 哇，佢真係寫㗎。She took it seriously. You open your mouth to start walking it back, but part of you won't speak up. The part that's been sleeping in your car for a week. Here, you can fill this in as needed. She hands you a $20 check signed. Only the recipient line is blank. Grab it before it gets soaked in the rain. 20蚊多謝晒我。192。You watch the van drive away and return to your truck. For a nasty surprise, the combination of sandstorm parking and 20-ton tank is apparently a bad one. You won't have one wheel stuck in muck. You have 10. Don't even bother trying to start in this mess. Now you've torn the sign. There's no way anyone will drive in this direction to rescue you. Some days just don't work out for the best. Apparently some days do, but you have forgotten what those look like. You climb to the top of the hill nearby to scan your surroundings. 哇，咁麻煩嘅。222啩，咁麻煩嘅。我記得呢隻歌啊，我哋同 Zoe 一齊吹嗰隻。The wet sand slides under your feet, so much so that you have to climb up the hill on all fours. You scratch up your hands, you gosh your knees on the sharp rocks, all this under the beating rain. However, as you reach the summit, you finally stand up straight, and you're enveloped in a bead of light. Finally, a bit of luck. What are the odds? like 1 in a million or something. You were chosen, the statistical outlier. You have been struck by lightning. The fuck? 我死咗。What? 因為完得好正。咩話？我無端端死咗。收台。咩話？都啱嘅。落雨冇爬山係嘛？192。192。255啦，好冇？255啦。你發覺兩邊都係死。But that tree is still waiting there by its lonesome, on the side of the road. You gave him a glare, cursing him for his so-called shortcut he made you take. And a glare he is. Astonishingly, the tree was struck by lightning and now is blazing fire rages against the rain from above. 哇，完全想劈我㗎喎。He stood mesmerized in front of the spectacle delivered by the forces of nature. There's no mystery as to who will come out victorious between fire and water, but that doesn't take away from the story being told. A honking horn snaps you out of your daze. Is everything okay, lady? Yes, I turned to look at the driver, lingering one moment on his tiny wrinkled eyes. His wide bulbous nose and his unkempt mustache. Raymond? Whoa, what the heck are you doing here? Moving off. You and Raymond used to be colleagues at the sawmill. You weren't exactly close, to be honest. You couldn't stand each other. But now, several years later, after all that's happened since it shut down, you almost feel like hugging him. What about you? What's up with you? Oh well, as you can see, I've started a new path. You haven't realized it yet, and still you cannot believe your eyes. Raymond is driving a tow truck. Wow, this is kismet. I just so happen to have a job for you. You regale Raymond with your incredible adventures while he pulls the truck out of the mud. The whole process takes 10 minutes tops, obviously, when you have the right tools, long enough for the rain to wash the flames off the tree, but long enough to get to the end of your story. Smiling behind his moustache, Raymond sounds back at the track. Where do I drop this off? Don't want to extend your welcome. Still have some catching up to do. 我覺得要趕時間，正常應該趕時間，但係傾多幾句都可以。347，我哋好似嘥好多時間。347。My fuel tank's almost empty. Would you mind taking me to the next station? I was certainly mind leaving a colleague stranded. Raymond truly is a gent. You catch up your intervening years, sitting in the cab of the tow truck. Considering that you don't have the least bit in common, conversation always lands back on the sawmill. What about Jimbo? Went aboard and say, Nando. Shit, you don't know about Nando? No, don't tell me that. Yeah, but he must. Sounds like him, alright? Mila. The rain finally stops, though you wouldn't know it from the way your outfit feels. Raymond, would you mind keeping your eyes on the road for a minute? Don't insult me. I'm a professional over here. You take off your tank top, not exactly your first pick for a changing room, but you haven't experienced modesty since the days you had a young woman's body. Your bra soaked too, your shorts and everything else. You giggled nervously. Oh, it's so funny. Nothing, I was just thinking that you're the last person next to whom I imagined standing butt naked. Gotcha. You put on a dry set of clothes and pick up the conversation where you left it. No, not for long though, because you're seeing the gas station drawing near. Oh. I guess this is where we get our separate paths. We'll need to have we'll need to have them cross again one day. I'll owe you a drink. It'll be my pleasure. Both know quite well that will not happen. That is just as well. 大飲茶95You parked the rig by the pump. Finally, you're able to refuel your rig. First, you relieved yourself, so you run for the restrooms. 有啲興趣去 restroom 添，佢咁樣提一提我 BRB 啊BRB P break。 喂，翻嚟，OK， 繼續。誒，我覺得我聽唔到，仲喺度個，即係嗰個 BGM， 仲喺度個 ，OK。哦，我係記得中意呢隻嘅，叫 Far From Home， 笑死。好，繼續。You parked, run for the restaurant, 係 run 咗啦，返咗嚟。The signage on the doors is half faded. Impossible to tell which one used to wear the skirt and which one wore the pants. A little girl, about 8 years old, is sitting under the awning between the two doors, a pink school bag on her lap. She sports a thick red head of hair and two little beady green eyes looking lost just underneath. 唔記得邊個喎？ You pick the door to the left. You pick the door to the right. You ask the little bathroom attendant for guidance. 問啦，333。Little bathroom attendant 333，唔好求其啊！有人就問啦。Which one is? Without looking up, the kid points to the door on the right. Trust the process. 好，343。佢真係識㗎。No urinals, no unidentifiable liquid on the ground. A plastic bin underneath the sinks. This is it. Since there's no one else around, you can even pick your own stall. Pure luxury. You do your business, then you go to wash your hands. Turn on the faucet. Water gushes all over your face. 啱啱先整乾咗嘅。You step back instinctively, go to 341. Is it time to shut off the water? 都係 step back 喎，341。One step back, your heels slipped on a wet aluminum floor and you fall backward. You probably look like a plot of lawn with the faucet sprinkling all over you. You stand up to get the water out. You get out of the water spray. Too late, you're already soaked to the bone. Good job. 很好，114。好啊，做得好，114。即係啱啱先乾咗，跟住又濕晒。我希望我有第三張可以換。You dry your hands on the towel and put on the last of your clean and dry clothes. Oh, yeah, okay. Good thing you brought your bag with you. Your denim jacket was mostly spared. You put it back on your shoulders. The whole affair took about 15 minutes. So you are somewhat surprised to find the little girl still sitting outside, still in the same place, still in the same position. Hey kid, are you waiting on someone? Yes, my dad. He's taking a little while. She folds her brow before she completes her remark. Oh no, he's not in the restroom. I went to the restroom, and he was gone when I come out. Oh, he left you here? She shrugs. She doesn't look like she's been crying. Either way, she's not fully aware of what's happening, or this is not the first time. Come with me. We'll ask the attendant if there's anything we can do. What's up, that? 真係好人啊！我應該會留低佢哋先。None of my business. 因為唔見咗個小朋友就留返喺個原位度就啱嘅。The station attendant has left his seat at the counter and is standing next to the tanker. I think you've messed up the schedule. Things got filled yesterday. No? His ugliness is unsettling. Yes. This is not the kind of ugly you're born with. This is the kind you work up to, year after year, by hating all of Earth's creation. You get worse when he sees the kids peeking from behind you. Ah, is that your runt? I appreciate you writing me offer. She's been hanging around the station for 2 hours. 2 hours! I kept chasing her and she kept on coming back to my lot. I almost had to beat her ass. You're not sure which of these two developments is more astonishing, the kid's distress or the attendant's heartlessness. A maternal instinct buried deep inside you takes over, unless it's just basic decency. Yeah, she's with me, and we'll need a full tank. Full tank? A tanker? Is this a joke? You have a GNN pin in your infantry. I have more war. 即係如果我唔攞 check 嘅話，會有 GNN pin 㗎。Well, 289, 289, Do I look like I'm joking? You really look like you're joking. Oh, okay. But I hope you can pay for it. If you have a check in your infantry. Oh, okay. 即係點都搞得掂嘅。Okay, if you have a dark gun, 哇 pay for it 算啦，20蚊 pay 唔 pay 到？170 20蚊都唔得，1日都有嘅170係會太少，因為佢係一個 Sonia 分子。幾多啊？170 Put in 20. The attendant slips the check into his back pocket and gets to work. You watch the price counter stop at exactly 100 and stop at 19.99 skills. Need anything else? No thanks. You motion for the kid to follow you into the truck and get her away from this nasty guy. You can figure out the rest later. 哇，我捉住炸彈㗎喎。She'll wait for the station to disappear from her rear view to hand you a piece of paper. Your check. Where did you get this? His pocket. I mean, you can't steal from people like this. That is very naughty. He was an idiot. Oh my gosh. No argument there. And you're probably not the best person to give any lessons on morals. Take back the check and thank her. We'll let it go this once. Two of you go on to fighting. To say. Okay, so what way did your dad go? We were going to the border. He has a meeting for the inauguration. The stars just line up. 邊個女啊？紅色頭髮？邊個女啊？冇乜嘅。Perfect. Then we should be able to find him. You don't get car sick, do you? Is that the thing when you get woozy, you vomit on the leather seat and your dad is not happy with you? That's it. Then no. Very reassuring. The kid can talk. You learn that her name is Zoe. Oh! Oh! Oh!呢個係 Zoe， 係咯，就係 Zoe 應該好細個，8歲啊，即係18歲噶咯，係 Zoe， 真係我有恨 Zoe。She just turned 8 years old. She has a cat named Polly, but her real favorite animal is a monkey. She also used to have a best friend named Amira. But now it's over because Amira invited Michael to her birthday. Her own. Not Amira's. Oh yeah, and also you'll learn that she is the only daughter of Frederick Muller, CEO of Fossil, the petroleum company. Second in command in the Tarek government. Second to Tarek, that is. You wish you had led with that. You start imagining what kind of reward you could earn by bringing her back to her dad. Then you remember that someone would call it a ransom, and that you're not the only one who's able to imagine things. Your face turns pale. You absolutely must bring this kid back to her father before he sends the police after you. Or worse. The skies got clearer as the landscape begins to populate. Trees, some elevation. You're arriving near the mountain. Another 4 hours and all your worries will be gone. You're wondering what time it is. So, I'm hungry. Must be around noon. If you're a little hungry too, go on to 11. If you can wait a bit, that's fine. 83. 所以係咪因為我當年對佢好，所以佢就係好人呢？ 83. 佢根本就係醒嘅，所以佢就83. I want french fries. You can't always get what you want. Big fat crunchy fries, tons of ketchup. Chicken nuggets. The smell of fried chicken slowly creeps into your brain. And there it is, you're hungry too. On to 11. 11. You do remember that you haven't eaten anything since this morning. You know you have some reserves and you're used to these long trips without food. But what about the kid? You have a check in your inventory. But 係喎，我有 check 啊，都要買嘢食，都係58 20蚊做咩？都係58。Look, we come across a place to eat. On the road, I can order you some fries, but I'm not sure we'll be able to find anything before the bother. Do you think you can hold until then? No. Charming. You hear the kid rummage through her bag, then the smell of peanut butter slowly fills the cabin. Here you go, that's great, you already have a snack. She bites into her sandwich. I like fries better. Oh well. 365. We can't always get what we want. 365. 365. 用唔到嘅。365。Road 96 continues through the mountains and to her destination, but as long as the government refuses to widen the tunnel, this part of the journey is not accessible to heavy-duty trucks. You need to drive the other way, where the truck drivers, the mule train drivers, and the smugglers go. So he started blabbering again, and she's now explaining why Michael is an idiot and unworthy of her birthday party. You're obviously captivated by the story, because you missed the sign which says, "Road closed," laying on the shoulder. Set road is perfectly fine for miles on end, and it's widening tunnels. Or maybe the intimidating ravine flanking it seems to exhaust Zoe's chatter. It makes sense. If you weren't who you are, that is a professional truck driver who is well versed in these mountain roads, sitting in the driver's seat, you probably would be a little scared too. Her eyes fixated on the void, she is now completely silent. She does utter a scream when you slam the brakes at the end of the curve. A tree! Laying in the middle of the road, it must have been uprooted by the storm. Its thick bulk is hanging off the side of the road. Zoe is petrified. Petria, still in shock. You, on the other hand, cannot give in to this kind of attitude. If you get out of the truck to inspect the tree, go on to 39. Try to push the tree with a rake. 咁驚39啊！直接鏟埋去有啲驚。39即刻爆我架車。39。A sugar pine. You've moved 1,000 of this kind, over hundreds of miles too. If you had your mole train, you would be able to move it out of the way with a crane, but with just your arms, there's nothing you can do to move it. You get back to the truck and find Zoe on the verge of tears. You try to push the tree with your rake on. You would think you could do better to pull back and gain some momentum. 303啊咁，都冇乜嘢揀。303。要撞就拉後啲先撞。303。You know this road by heart. You've gone up and down this mountain hundreds of times with trucks longer than this one. but you've always driven forward. Confidence is crumbling, and your face might betray the fact because Zoe's tears have now filled the cup. This kid has lungs, it doesn't help. 喊到好大聲。If you have a plush monkey， 真係冇喎。164，喂唔好喊到咁大聲。164，佢好似冇講過佢中意馬騮。164，都冇記憶。Hello Franklin。164。Beep beep beep. Goes the truck in reverse. Goes Zoe in terror. As if the metaphor wasn't stressful enough. We're going to die. Come on, don't be silly. We're not going to die. We're just... You have 2 rear wheels hanging in the void. What did you do? Huh? If you smash the brake pedal, go on to 77. If you shift gears and go forward. How objective? What is X-ray? Hong Kong. How objective? 2 rear wheels hanging in the void. 即係後邊嗰兩個轆，後邊嗰兩個轆飛緊，應該 go forward 咯嗬 ，brake pedal 應該會再反。134，我都識單車嘅。134。Another couple of wheels go off the road. You shift to first gear and pull your pedal to the metal. The tires slip on the wet tarmac, but you manage to still steady the vehicle. Your last set of driving wheels is fiddling 12 inches from the edge. If you let go of this pedal, the whole rig is going over. You have a fossil in your inventory. 有 fossil 喎，21。最啊老實，21。Okay. Zoe, get out of the truck and stick this behind the wheel. Eyes are red, the kid abides without asking questions. Probably somewhat relieved to be out of the truck. Tell me when it's ready. 嚇個大車，跟住叫個小朋友出去攝嚿花石落個轆度，我唔會車死個小朋友嘅。You hear the word ready between 2 stops. You allow the truck to back down a few inches. Then you tap the gas pedal again. The truck shakes, but the improvised shock provides just enough surface to bring the spud back to safety. You get out of the truck shaking and start hugging Zoe without thinking. She stopped crying. You're just starting. You remain that way for a few minutes, unsure who's comforting who. If this didn't deter you from moving the truck, go on to 155. You're giving up on this machine from hell. 點都要嘅 Canon event 嚟嘅155 OK. Hydrate. Alright. You climb into the cab, still a bit stunned. Trust me, it's going to be a little scary, but everything is going to be fine. And we can laugh about it afterward, okay? She nods meekly. That's all you needed. You check that the kid has lodged her seatbelt securely, and you advise her to hang on to something. Then you slam the gas pedal and ram into the truck with all the might these 30 feet allowed you to gain. It's moving. The tree trunk rolls, cripples, then topples off the edge under the weight of its branches. Tiny voice. Can we laugh now? Yes, we can laugh now. Lower still. I don't really feel like laughing. That's okay, we don't have to. But it's a tuck. Music is popping. 我開咗個Road 96嘅 OST list. You're driving carefully for the kid, of course, but also for your nerves, which have not yet fully recovered. Around you, the landscape is changing bit by bit. Rocks are turning into brambles. Gravel is turning into mud. Pine trees are becoming more numerous. You open the window to inhale deeply. You only realize how much you've missed the smell when you breathe it in anew. Sometimes things just work out. But these tree trunks, they're just big enough for someone to hide behind them. So 3 figures leave out on the roadside. Oh, that's good. 1 bald, tall guy and 2 beard, short guys. Submachine guns in hand, 2 red to be military, 2 heavily armed to be hunters. They gesture for you to stop. You have a feeling they need to do more than check your cargo. Submachine guns 喎 comply 啦係嘛？射爆胎就唔使玩佢喎。個學生佢一射即場爆添啊！後面個學生 The tall bald guy walks up to your door and points his gun at you. Get out and don't us. We just want the tank. The area certainly has changed in the last few months. Nothing of the sort have ever happened to you when you drove them in coal trains. But it's also possible that the logs aren't as prized possession. You're just about to get down when 2 other guys come out of the woods. Everyone drop your hands on your guns. I mean, everyone drop your guns and... I think they understand. Yo, it's Amit. The robbers from the video store. You recognize your marks. They also recognize your style. Still hijacking other robbers' robberies. You have a mask in your infantry. 我應該有係嘛？239，我應該有，唔知有冇拎到？有拎到。239。The bald guy is aiming at you. Stan is aiming at him, while the 2 beard guys aiming at Stan, which curiously is off to the side, and is approaching the truck. What? Puppy.
Lackadaisically.
Lackadaisically. Adverb of lackadaisical.
Lackadaisical.
Okay. Lackadaisical. Lackadaisical. Lackadaisically. Lacking enthusiasm and determination. Carelessly lazy. Oh, sounds like me. Spinning his crowbar around. Your eyes met. Hey, it's our old lady friend. 我47歲嘅啫，其實就唔係好老嘅。Wow, looks like things are working out for you. From where you're standing? That is a poor choice of words. Eventually, you noticed Zoe. What? You didn't tell us that you had a kid? Hey, Stan, did you see? She has a kid. I saw that, Mitch. Very cute. The bald guy, visibly discomforted, is losing patience. What the hell are you guys doing here? Are you escorting the tank? No, we're here to rob it. Although, really, we don't rob kids. Because then they have nightmares. Wow, 咁好人嘅. And they end up robbing people, same as us. Oh well. 60幾歲先中年，47好後生。I mean，我會認為47係中年咯，我唔會覺得60係中年。咩啊？Not that this is a bad racket, you know, but it's just exhausting. We've done 6 since yesterday. 7, including this one. What's that? I'm confused. Are we or are we not robbing this one? I think we could rob these guys instead. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. The bald guy switches his rifle towards Mitch. He doesn't seem to appreciate the humor of the situation. There's 2 of you, 3 of us. What do you think will happen? Count again. One look to the side, his 2 companions are gone, likely intimidated by the confidence of Stan and Mitch, or their insanity. The bald guy lowers his weapon. Stan draws near him. I like your boots. Mitch interrupts. Hold on, Stan. The kid. Stan stops, furrowing his brow, and motions for you to leave with the truck. He doesn't have to motion it twice. Oh, nice. Sam. Fun times in the cab. Zoe is curled up on her seat, still in shock. You're just muttering it to yourself. The scene where you accepted this job, beaming a smile, thinking it would allow your life to get back on track, is replaying in your head. This is the second time you narrowly escaped death in this damn truck. You would like to think that the worst is behind you, but you know how the saying goes. You expect worse. It comes in the shape of a river, the Repentance, so called because its headwaters are located on the other side of the border. Repentance. Usually you can drive across it through a ford that leads you right up to the 96, but this morning's storm was nothing usual. And right now the ford is looking a bit dodgy. The Repentance level is at least a few feet higher. You can see the road on the other side, no ford in between. It's gotta be somewhere though, huh? This situation would be only slightly worrisome if the ford wasn't located just upstream from a waterfall, and the wrong metaphor would almost certainly cause you to fall into a pile of rocks 30 feet below. If you still try to cross, no, absolutely not. You would not even attempt this. You'd rather leave the truck behind and walk alongside the river. Canon event. 358係咪呢？其實 starting to think 係咪呢？係咪呢？我係咪要揸架車去嘅呢？我咪要揸架車去嘅呢？諗翻先，我淨係記得佢哋話，炸彈喺個山上面，跟住就山泥傾瀉。但係我應該冇炸到埲牆嘅，因為埲牆仲喺度噶嘛，10年後。但係算啦，點都揸架車去啦。You start moving into the fort, slowly, very slowly. The truck eases into the stream. 好似係即係，應該最尾係冇成功炸到。You start moving into the fort, slowly, very slowly. The truck eases into the stream. First the tires go in, and then the wheels, then the chassis. And you're starting to rethink your decision. But finally the slope flattens. The fort is still there, as long as the wheels remain on this strip of solid ground. It should all be fine. You feel like one of those tightrope walkers, except your weight 40 tons and powerful waters are washing over you from the right side. You can't even see the rope. The bank is only a few yards away. If you keep going straight ahead, you turn right to cut against the current. Cut against the current. 點解會咁做啊？點解會咁做啊？唔應該咁做。254。點解會 offer 咁樣做啊？254。You keep going straight, or at least you feel like you are, as you inch forward. The current is stimulously pushing you downstream. As the tractor starts climbing up the bank, the tank trailer is facing the rushing waters on its own. A jolt, a slight, almost imperceptible imbalance, so your wheels in the back have lost contact. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. 22. On to 24. Shit, that's not going to work. 我笑啊！你冇笑。我覺得其實916號公路就係好好玩嘅。我嗰日買呢個 DLC 嘅時候咧，就見到佢仲有即係貓 Zero 都減價，啲好吸引。我諗我應該都會買嘅。都冇原因唔買啫，我咁中意玩。雖然玩嘅形式好似即係會有啲唔同，但係我咁中意玩都冇理由唔買啫，即係買埋佢先。係 嚇個人點減價啊？減到今日好似13號。記得睇時間，過咗下個特價就冇。係啊，講到23號啊，好似24。You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. 24. The engine rolls. The wheels skid. No, that's not gonna be okay. Too bad you're realizing this too late. The truck rolls off the side. You hit your head on the door as water starts to seep into the cabin. You're stuck. So you open your door, but Zoe is not able to reach it. Her head is dangling down on her seatbelt. No. Her head is dangling down as her seatbelt is holding her by the hips. You unlatch your belt, and then standing on your window, you manage to reach the handle. The truck is starting to shrivel. Water is up to your knees, confiding. Push on my shoulders, get out! The kid gets out of her seatbelt, climbs on top of her shoulder, and pulls herself outside of the truck. What? Before jumping onto the bank. 咁樣 lose 架車，我都搞咗咁耐，跟住咁樣 lose 架車。You try to follow in her footsteps, but the truck shakes and completes its rotation against the rock that was holding it back until now. The truck is carried by the waters, so are you. It slips into the waterfall, and so do you, smashes on the rocks down below. Oh, 我死咗，小心！你咪救到 Zoe 啊！203，嚇！即係佢同我講係應該要無端端，即係頭先我諗咗一陣，點解佢要 offer 嗰個 offer？ 原來係要做嘅。203，哦唔係，應該兩個方法都會死。Repentance，我哋再試。358，再試過。358，好多分支係啊。358。If you can't see the rope，係 turn right to cut against the current。339，唔通應該咁做？339。Turn right and cut against the current. You feel the current is slowly pushing you off course, so you adjust your trajectory, perhaps overly so. The truck sides pivots, and the tractor starts climbing up the bank. The tank trailer is facing the rushing waters on its own. A jolt, a slight, almost imperceptible imbalance. Wheels in the back lost contact. 又都一樣嘅，57啊，睇57會點？死得仲慘。57，冇57，即係播埋啲咁恐怖嘅音樂，都啱嘅。There are a few things you know for sure, but at the top of this short list is the fact that you're staying 1 minute longer. This truck would be just about the worst idea you could have, or one could have. So you take off your seatbelt, you open the door and jump into the repentance. There is water up to your thighs, but the truck cap is blocking off the rushing waters. For now, come jump out of this side. So he lands into your arms. You carry her for a few yards up to the bank. You step on your dry land just in time to see the truck topple over, enter the current, and disappear into the falls. The sound of the crash is barely audible over the white water. But down below, the river takes on an iridescent sheen spilling out of the cracked tank. A rainbow streak is winding downstream. Zoe doesn't look too upset. So pretty. Probably the worst ecological disaster in the history of Petria. But yeah, it's pretty. 理得佢啦。You find a trail beneath your feet. 但係我應該留低架貨車咧，但係點都上唔到去噶咯喎，應該。理得佢啦，最尾應該冇炸到。算啦，唉，我咁辛苦留住架車，起碼車到 Zoe 啦。Find a trail beneath your feet. Hold on to Zoe's hand and start climbing up. 232，所以 Zoe 好熟。Road 96，232，唉，又夠咗 Zoe，唉。232，係咪因為死咗所以冇揸到？唔係架車跌咗落街啊，同埋我唔知喎。總之睇新聞嘅時候冇 mention 到有架有架車會炸去。This is almost like the ending you get last time。救 Zoe， 救到 Zoe 跟住自己死咗，哇！The trail follows the bank and continues upstream. Looks like you're on the right track. Only after 2 or 3 miles. 其實咧，佢即係Papa Bear 叫我揸架車上去，跟住我咁樣跌咗架車落街，咁我仲有面上去嘅，咁我仲有面去嘅。Only after 2 or 3 miles, hikers comes the dread question. Are we there yet? To be fair, Zoe held on for much longer than you were hoping. But what bothers you the most is that you don't have a satisfying answer to give her. You've been walking up the Repentance channel for at least an hour. You can see Mount National's peak. So in theory, you shouldn't be very far. In theory, Zoe is showing signs of fatigue, but this is unfortunately neither the time nor the place to stop. Should I carry you for a bit? She's not strong enough to refuse. In a minute, we can switch so you will carry me, okay? You still have enough energy to giggle. Good thing she's sweet and not too heavy. 186. Hello, Starling. You just crashed my what? 186. The trail follows up the river for another mile before it reaches a scrap. The Repentance spills out of it in a waterfall and creates a small pond. Climbing it seems out of the question. Did you make a mistake at some point? If you try to walk behind the waterfall, says a girl, if you're old enough to know that there's no hidden passage. 但係有嘅喎，49。好彩我玩咗舊 game 啫，好彩我玩咗原 game 啫。49，好恐怖啲外星人真係，咁樣發惡夢。Water erosion has created a vault, which allows you to walk behind the waterfall without getting wet. Not that it would be a problem at this point. You feel like you're fulfilling a childhood dream, and you're kind of jealous of Zoe who gets to do it as she is still a child. There is in fact a corridor behind the waterfall. The remnants of a campfire would have you believe that you aren't the first ones to find it, further evidenced by the extensive graffiti scribbled on the wall. On the other side, a ray of light points at the exit route. You walk towards the light. 108。我記得我哋噴過啲嗰啲記住投票啊嗰啲咁嘅消息。Democracy. You linger for a minute to take in the wall art, traced in charcoal on the rock wall. There is something primitive about it, except the mammoths, the aroch, and cervets have been replaced with various figurative inscriptions, some more than others. What is a scumshit? There's something you say about people who aren't very good people. So that means Tarek is not a good person? Correct. The words freedom or revolution also appear in some places, as well as a strange symbol, an angular B inscribed in the circle. You want to leave your own mark. Wait, 俾 Zoe 啦，俾 Zoe， 佢可以翻嚟睇翻321。He's You crouch down to grab a piece of burned wood and pass it to Zoe. Here, you want to add something? She's surprised and delighted. You don't get the permission to write on walls every day. Propped up your shoulders, she gets to work on the clear surface high up. The resulting drawing is unsettling. You gave it a shot too. Is that you? Is that me? Is that a monkey? Is that a monster? Is that Tyra? Is that Tyra? Is that Tyra? 我唔敢問啊，咩嚟㗎？280啊，280。She bursts out laughing. No, it's a monkey, but it does look a little bit like him. Look, she adds the letter Tyrak. Oh my god, next to her drawing. You do not point out her mistake. It looks even funnier this way. For the exit. 好，26。哇，讀咗幾個鐘頭嘢，聽日唔使講嘢。我聽日仲要開台啊！好啊，26。The corridor opens a new trail, winding downhill between the rocks and road just as the day was long. But after the one last bridge, she appears in front of Zoe's tired eyes, and then yours as the border. Go on to 96. Hey, because they saved the special number. 96. The walls look just like the pictures in their posters. You recognize the massive central door facing the mountain and the wall which wanders and get lost into the forest. However, it still looks different to you, more foul, more nagging, perhaps because of the peak overhead, which completely dominates it. A stage was set up against the wall. This is probably more where Tyrant will do his address. Petrians have gathered, I must say, to hear him. Apparently, the main road was much less dangerous. You drop down to let Zoe walk on her own, and you continue to the parking lot where you notice a familiar figure. Then another, and another one, John, Connie, and Lola, gathered around the white pickup. They were waiting on you. They are going to be disappointed. John rubs his eyes between his thumb and index finger. He's already worn out. Seems like you're not the first one to let him down today. Where's she? He's shocked. I had a more pressing delivery. He nods to Zoe. John has some questions. He probably also has various... 唔知乜嘢。係都要，係都要。Copy.
Epithet.
Epithet. An adjective or phrase expressing a quality or attitude regarded as characteristic of the person or thing mentioned. Okay. Epithet. Okay. John has some question. He probably also has various epithets directed at you. But one thing out, he does not have his time. Alright, I guess we'll have to move to plan, Connie? Which letter are we on? Honestly, I think I've lost count. But you still... Ready? Yeah. Connie brings a cigarette to her mouth under John's approachful eye. She ignores him and pats each pocket in her jacket, looking for something. Something. 偷咗人哋個 lighter 啊！原來仲有機會見到佢嘅。70。You hand her the pink lighter. Thanks. She lights up her cigarette and hands the lighter back to you. Her hand is shaking. This is yours. You know, keep it. This is my last smoke I'm putting after this one. She blows smoke up toward the sky to avoid bothering Zoe. Zoe, what about you, kid? What's your name? Zoe. Oh yeah, you haven't introduced everyone. Zoe, this is Connie, John, and Lola. You wonder about the Kims. Where did they go? If you ask the question out loud, you keep it to yourself. Huh. 想知299佢哋有咩任務呢？199想知199 John grunts. Oh, they must be over there somewhere. Lola chimes in to clarify. They had an argument with John earlier. About whether or not to be a couple of pencil-necked cowards. Lola. Judging from John's tone of voice, you can infer who was the couple of pencil-necked cowards. You figured you might as well stop asking questions. Well, 235如果你最尾想 back out，但係最尾都死咗嘅話，都幾慘。Alright, well that was fun, but we're running out of time. Connie, whenever you're ready. The look on her face clearly states she needs to finish her smoke. You have no idea what they're talking about to do, but you're quite sure that knowing what it is would bring you nothing but worries and problems. Lola has such qualms. Can I come? No way, you stay here. But why? We need someone to keep an eye out from up there and send a warning on the walkie if anything happens. Whatever, you just don't want me to be part of the action. That's right. He sulks, but she knows that John won't let her have the last word. If you have the dinosaur, what? 點解會有？337話咁長嘅，佢頭先 Pam 都問過啊，但係即係點講咧？我係可以直接跳頁數嘅，但係因為佢數字唔跟頁數啊嘛，所以我咪直接錄咯。337真兩嘢。Connie crushes her cigarette butt. That's the cue. Without saying a word, she sits down at the wheel of the pickup, with John to get her right in the passenger seat. Before the truck exits the parking lot to rejoin the forest road, you can hear through the window. I'm driving. I pick the music. Lola, Zoe, and you are remaining in the parking lot. Do you guys want to keep an eye out with me? No, sorry, Lola. We also need to go. Where are you going? I need to bring the kid back to her dad. He must be worried sick. Okay, can we meet up later then? Sure. You wave her goodbye and take Zoe's hand. She knows where to find her dad. He has an office here at the border. You follow her through the crowd. But the crowd, now that you look at it up close, it's not who you expected to see. You see the happy faces. Petria flags proudly raised in the air. T-shirts and hats with portraits of tyrant. And it's true. There is all of the above. But there's something else too. Frowning faces. Adversarial signs. Seditious slogans. All coming and going randomly, as if to avoid getting caught, lost in the crowd. This is the first time you witnessed such a dismay at the military station in the front. As event, security seems just as unnerved as you are. Something historical is happening, and it's not the inauguration of the wall. Bye-bye, Lola. Zoe looks ill at ease as well. You both pick up the pace to reach a small building. Propped against the wall, a soldier is guarding the entrance, and he waves you away. Let me see, I need to speak with Mr. Moeller. The minister is not taking visitors. Yes, he will take a visit from his daughter. She's right here with me. The guard takes one look at Zoe. He apparently recognized her, and an unexpected realization visibly triggered a mild panic inside him. 1 minute. He stepped away to speak into his walkie-talkie. Zoe, with her brow frowned, does not take her eyes off him, which only makes him more uncomfortable. He comes back to you after a short minute. His tone of voice now shored up. You're good. You can go in. About time. You're stepping through the door when he stops you again. Wait, what now? I have to perform a big search. With a sigh, you drop your duffel on his feet. Plastic gun? 我有個 dark gun 唔係 plastic gun 咯。我應該一早已經跌咗嗰個 dark gun。I think 冇事。325。Crouching in front of the bag, the guard dutifully rifles through your laundry, seeing literally everything you own being groped by his hairy paws. It's making it no sense. If you have a fire in your infantry, 好似有添350。The gun unfolds the fire, and a stupefied look appears on his face. He immediately picks up his walkie. I need backup on gate B. If you have no idea what's happening, or if you can pretend to, go on to 106. If you know quite well what the flyer means and you'd rather be proactive about it, go on to 138. 哇！即刻播啲音樂俾我。OK。pretend to 好似安全少少。106啊！106啊！呢個係嗰個就已經去到 border 跟住要跑嗰個音樂嚟嘅。咩話？幾多啊？死啦！我話幾多啊？我話幾多啊？邊啊？真係我有自己 YouTube 嘅，可以自己睇。106 OK 106 Thank you for the follow. Hello Martin. 係啊，呢個係一個interactive ebook as in PDF. Where did you find this? On the ground in the trailer park. I had to stop to make a call. Why? He ignores your question. Shit. Where's this trailer park? Excuse me? Why don't you understand? What don't you understand? Tell me where the trailer park is located. 3 additional guards run out of the building, streets around you, guns in hand. One of them is wearing a cap and his gold braids on his shoulder. He's an officer. He will describe exactly where the trailer park is located. You remain elusive. 368啦。雖然佢哋成班人翻唔到去嗰度，都唔好出賣呢個。368係368，佢哋368。Down the road on 86. You could not be more vague. The officer knows this quite well. Where on 86? Around the middle? The guard don't need orders to pin you to the ground. You do not have the strength to fight back. So he's screaming. The officer grabs her arm and brings her inside. The kid will find her dad. In the end, you've completed your mission. You're just trying to avoid thinking about what's in store for yourself. Probably nothing good. 我即刻死咗已經。好有人權。350。350。OK。幾138啊？可以點啊？踢低個公仔。138。138。 Black Brigades, I've located your new headquarters. That is why I need to speak to Mr. Muller. He looks skeptical. So say, we have the flag of Petria. 冇啊26啊26，即係噏得就噏，但噏到幾時會死？226。當咩嚟㗎呢個？226。You florid your entire school。咩？唔係260。260咯，220咯，260咯。咩啊？去邊啊？哎呀，甩咗啦！救命！亦都話，真係。226喎，真係266喎。226。You florid your entire school as you drive through speed into the roadblock。咩話？咩話？唔啱啊！唔應該係226嘅喎。喂？唔應該係226嘅喎。啊！佢真係叫我去226喎。啊？唔啱㗎？點解都唔駁住嘅？喂？嚇？216啊！但係唔關事喎，佢而家上返架車度嘅。我幾時有架車度 ？The fuck？ 呢個係嗰陣撞到 roadblock 嘅時候㗎嘛 ？Game bug，bro， 你唔係咁啊嘛？我哋咁玩啊！你唔係咁啊？咁點算啊？我哋扮咗 Petria flag， 會又係咁，唔係咁啊嘛。The Black Brigades 係咯，唔係226喎，我266度睇下，可能佢都讀寫咗或者。唔關事喎，26。26。喺邊啊？點解會咁㗎？好嬲啊！我26去過咯喎。181咧，181咧。哎呀，寫負評啊！咦？寫負評。You grabbed the flag that is sticking out of your bag and furled it under his eye. Oh, come on! Do you think a brigade would walk around with this in their bag? 係咯，點解會有嘅？ These monsters have executed people for less than this, you know. He knows, of course he knows. He's heard the same stories you have. He salutes the flag by reflex. Salutes the flag by reflex. Then stands at east. Very well, carry on. And it is walking. Situation under control, remain in position. 俾我行嘅，俾我行呢條路嘅。幾時有國旗㗎？我點解會拎個國旗嘅？China good country. Salutes. The door opens on hallway going sideways. A huge concrete hallway, 20 feet wide and 10 feet tall. No other guards in sight, not one crossing, just thick gray walls. adorned with a handful of scattered flags. The evidence is striking, and a metaphor too apt. The wall is hollow, and you're inside the wall. The gaggle of guards at the entrance gives you direction. Then, for hundreds of paces, you see no one. Just grey, only grey. Oh, here's a portrait of Tarek so tall that the width of the hallway, which is humongous, does not allow you to fully appreciate it. Such things can be appreciated. 我而家先266喎，咩話？又266？哦，係咯，就係266咯。我冇 elephant marker 喎，266就係畫翻佢塊面係咪？我冇 elephant marker。頭先係266，唔係啊，我頭先去咗266度望啊嘛。俾你睇翻，我頭先去咗266度望。呢度啊，就係話想畫翻佢塊面啊。就係畫翻完之後都係去翻101，即係我哋冇筆就直接去101。Finally, something appears in the box distance. A room built within the hallway itself. Thank you for the follow. No, not quite built. 3 plaster dividers laid out hastily. A small desk is standing against it, with a phone as its sole furnishing. As you draw near, the receptionist looks up from her magazine. Bro, 咩啊？有冇 double check 㗎？哎呀，負評啊！Mr. Muller will see you after his meeting. You may wait here. She points out to 2 metal chairs facing the door. You're wondering what kind of meeting might be more pressing than his own daughter. A lot of meetings. But this is the same man who left her behind the gas station tunnel. You sit down courteously, staring at the blank room dividers to pass the time. Voices are spilling out, clear, distinctive voices. You can hear everything. So you can hear everything. The receptionist probably can hear everything too, but it doesn't seem to bother her. The charges are in place, Mr. Minister. Very good. Stand ready for the signal from Tarek. If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Minister, isn't all this a bit much? A bit much. The inauguration should have been a celebration, the jubilee of an entire nation. Have you looked at what's going on up there? It's looking like the dawn of a fucking revolution. The whole country will be watching us. We need to flip the script, defuse the situation. With explosives? This is humor. No, sir. Mr. Minister. A mere concern. We cannot guarantee the safety of the civilians who might be underneath the... Do you think the Black Brigades are concerned about a few civilians victims? You're wondering if you heard correctly. Actually, no. You know exactly what you heard. The government is planning to fake a terrorist attack, sinking the ship rather than weathering the storm. You must warn the others, all the others. You stand up promptly. Zoe, don't go anywhere. Your dad will take care of you. Where are you going? You don't know where you're going yet, but you are going there at the double. You walk past the receptionist, the portrait, the grey, the guards. You get out in the open, which feels as close as ever. Tarek has appeared on the balcony, to a thunderous mix of cheers and jeers. The whole event feels like a powder keg, and only you know how literally. You search the crowd for familiar faces. You need to find the others and warn them. But where do you start? If you seek out the kills in the crowd. We're 318. If you hope to find Lola in the parking lot, you decide to look after John and Connie. Lola 好似唔係 parking lot 喎， Lola 好似唔係 parking lot 啊，佢應該要去咩高啲嘅地方度睇噶嘛。我覺得我去 parking lot 都唔會揾到佢。The Kims 就唔係，但係我覺得 Lola 即係睇翻啦 ，The Kims 就死咗嘅 ，Lola 都死咗嘅，跟住 Connie 都死咗嘅，但係我就麻麻地想去揾 John and Connie 咯。但係我就覺得 Lola 唔係 parking lot 咯，但係 Lola 係值得救過 The Kims， 因為 Lola 死咗，所以的士司機先發癲，所以殺咗咁多小朋友。但係我覺得佢唔係 parking lot 咯，我點都去揾下佢啦，206。原來淨係 subscribe 住 YouTube 冇 follow 到 Twitch，Hello Geku， 再見啦。You hope to 係嘛 ？Look so sweet。可唔可以大家俾我睇晒佢得唔得？我睇咗260先。我覺得唔會揾到佢，我覺得唔會揾到佢，但係我覺得佢值得救啲。So 有個爸爸媽媽都唔值，救 Lola 值啲，因為佢阿爸會發癲。260。John had told her to stand aside, but Lola doesn't strike you as the rule-following kind. However well-intentioned, you hope you're wrong. You split the crowd screaming at people to leave, but your voice is drowned by Tarek's speech, blaring out of loudspeakers. It is with great honor and immeasurable pride that I stand in front of you today. Bodies are pressing against the wall, either out of excitement or out of anger. You're pressing on against the flow, scanning through the faces as quickly as you can. No signs of Lola. No, or anyone else for that matter. What made you think you could locate anyone in this mare's nest? Inauguration of this majestic wall, a fortification of solid steel and concrete. You elbow and shoulder your way through, greasing up a storm that no one can hear. A crowd is thinning. You catch a glimpse of the hillock next to the parking lot. You could get a good vantage point from up there. Just another 100 yards to go. As we face this dangerous terrorist ideology, we climb up the rock and inadvertently enter a camera's field of view. GNN is covering the event live and direct. The reporter is filming. If you have a check or a pen from GNN in your inventory or more,就係 GNN 拍到Lola死嘅。好 ，vtuber 佢會俾我 save 嘅，即係佢會話 go back 咁樣。哎呀，好想望晒佢嘅，好想望晒佢。OK， 我哋記住。我瞓覺，你早唞啦，老實人辛苦晒。跟住117就係otherwise。OK， 咁咧，我哋翻去先。我哋玩晒，輸嚟嘅，俾我玩晒佢。318，睇下啦，唔好玩咁樣啦，盡量就嚟完到。Naomi, Steve and Alex, you haven't seen them. Naomi and Steven 係 Alex 爸爸媽媽。You haven't seen them since you left their camper, but you know that they're out there somewhere. You need to warn them. They're in danger. You're all in danger. My fellow patriots, my dear compatriots, my friends, my brothers. Okay. Tarek's voice on the loudspeakers. Speech is starting. The crowd is pressing together, either cheering or cheering. It's not very clear from where you stand. You're being pushed against the wall from which you just exited. Standing on the tip of your toes, you're looking for a familiar face, but the kids, being their self-effacing selves, are unlikely to stand out in the crowd. 咩話？佢話佢哋係 佢話佢哋唔 outstanding。As promised, here it is for all to see. Applause, wooing, whooping. This time it's obvious. You need to get out of here. Anything but end up trampled by a mass of Tarek's worshippers going wild. You follow the wall to the right to the mountain. The crowd becomes quieter, almost more sober. New signs are starting to appear. Stop the tyrant, off the wall. You're entering the second circle, composed of protesters. There's surprisingly little fiction at their edges, because apparently all Petrians are united in their focus. Tarek. Finished. Never again will we have to avail ourselves. You're having difficulty breathing, still exhausted by the mountain hike, and you've hardly eaten anything. Then your legs are giving up. You feel shiftless, carried away, tearing at the crowd's movements are your only support. At this moment, one of your arms is lifted and hooked onto a set of shoulders. You're being held. You're being carried inside. You're allowing a mystery helper to pluck you out of the crowd and sit you on the hood of a police car. Noah. Are you okay, miss? I thought I lost you over there. Mama Bear? Mama Bear? 好耐冇見咯，冇見過佢啊！136 Sola 梗唔係啦，警車喎，咩話去邊啊？136冇見過佢啊！ You open your eyes to see a policewoman, curvy, hair tied in a bun, much shorter than you. Which technology is sitting on her car's hood, brings the two of you to eye level. She looks honestly concerned, not the kind of emotional response you typically see in the eye of a cop. I'm okay, I just had a moment. Do you have someone in the crowd? Did you lose them? No, I thought it goes through your head. Yes, I was with someone, a couple, and a kid. Alex. Wow, confused. 頭先俾佢哋殺咗一次。Yeah, hi, wearing big glasses. She looks like wide-eyed stuff. Could that be him over there? Yes, it is him, alone, standing on the edge of the crowd. He jumps down from the car, ran towards it and grabbed his arm. He's not screaming, he's not crying. He's already cycled through these stages. Now he's completely terrorized. Alex, it's me, Lil. Where did your parents go? Me could what? More tape recorder. 이거 엄마. 어, 所以佢哋兩個就識咗，跟住就綁架咗人返屋企。啊，Alex, this is no time for games. He's not playing a game. He's gone. You need to bring him to safety, quickly, but you also need to warn the others. Your brain is going to overdrive. Alex, you're gonna have to trust me, okay? What else can you do? 塞俾個警察。嗱，你新嘅媽咪啊？咩話？我去邊話？已經唔記得咗。睇翻先。咪得。哦，109，突然之間記得109，好 curious， 咩叫阿希你有老公啊？講緊什麼啊？You just make me want to spin my log here. Do it. You pick him up in your arms and go back to the police car. The policewoman's eyes are dazzled. 哇，係我個仔，唔係係我個女啊，係嘛？唔係我個仔啊。So, 又唔記得咗佢性別。The kid has lost his parents. He's not feeling well. We need to get him out of here. Oh, what? Hi, coming. Thank you for the follow. Shot in the dark. She was going to help you. Why wouldn't she help him? The policewoman remained silent. She probably doesn't understand everything either. She knows when a kid is in distress, and she doesn't look She doesn't like the look of terror on your face. No, she nods. She cradles the kid, puts him in the backseat and sits behind the wheel. Cruiser drives away from the action while you rush back into the crowd. Lola, John, Connie, need to warn them too. But you won't be able to. Oh, 我都死咗你啦 ！Mountain 吓，原來我救 Alex 就等於我會死啊 ！What? But you won't be able to. The mountain rumbles, explosion. Rocks are falling and sliding towards the crowd, towards you, shouting, rushing. Then a crash. You're swept off your feet, pinned to the ground by a boulder. Sharp burning pain is spreading to your side. Small silver lining. It won't last very long. The adventure ends here. Go on to 370. 啊，即係我死咗，跟住係天堂370。Hello Lola 375。375，真係嘅喎。哦，呢個係最尾啦。OK， 我哋翻返前面。Thank you。而家前面先，我話咧101先，睇埋 John 同 Connie 度，你再決定點做。OK， John 同 Connie 36。John, Connie, don't know what to do. You last saw them inside the pickup driving into the forest. Perhaps they're still there? You just need to go on the other side of this crowd and behind the stage. I need to search on Connie 點死，定可能佢一陣會講。有少少印象好似係個車，即係嗰架，即係我揸嗰架車，可能係 Connie 揸。唔係好記得。You last saw them inside the pickup. You just need to go on the other side of the crowd and behind the stage. Supporters of the establishment are still piling up in front of the platform, perhaps being pushed by the protesters in the back. You try to warn them. You yell at them to leave, but Tarek's voice on the loudspeakers drowns everything. The symbol of the greatness of our glorious nation. You hop over the barricade and into the security area behind the stage. A soldier behind you attempts to stop you. Shouts a warning, but he also is drowned by the shouts of the speakers. Against the foreign, you run alongside the wall. In the crowd, some people are starting to point you out, pushing against the fence, jealous that you have found a better spot. There are some other soldiers in charge of securing the area, but they are too busy fighting back the crowd to be able to stop you. Rotting our country from the inside all the way into our institutions. Wow, the barricades prick. The mass of Petrians quickly move into the newly open space. The security staff is completely overwhelmed. You've made it past the stage, almost past the bulk of the crowd, while everyone else has their eyes on Tarek. You're looking towards the forest, and only you can see this white shadow lurking between the trees. The pickup. We run into that direction. Go on to Heya. If you have a bad feeling about this, if you'd rather keep your distance. Whew. 寫咩先？The what？ 唔知咯。201。They leave the hop up behind and keep on running towards the vehicle. They're there, both of them. Connie is at the wheel. John is unloading crates in the back. He doesn't seem too pleased to see you. You stammer, out of breath. Terror attack! There's gonna be a terrorist attack. No kidding. You knew? We do have a pretty good idea, since we're the ones planning it. Except the part where you lost our bomb anyway. What now? The puzzle is coming together in your head. Click, clack, click, clack. Hold on, there was a bomb in the tanker? And the patrol to make it pop a little louder. At this point, all the warning lights in your brain have turned on. The flash in unison. Too much information, too many questions. The least consequential ends up being the most pressing. Where did you hide the bomb? Under the seat? Which seat? Passenger? The fuck? I set an 8-year-old child on that seat. That was your call. If you're rage in your stomach, rage and shame, why did you even consider helping these people, let alone saving them? You're ready to explode, to tear off the nonchalant expression on John's face with your fingernails. Connie interjects, listen, Lo, we're sorry. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, with the wrong people. We're the wrong people. We didn't tell you everything because we wanted to protect you, but now you probably shouldn't leave before you end up implicated in this. What are you going to do? Probably something really stupid. You're flabbergasted, long enough for John and Connie to climb back into their truck. No, stop! That's not what I was talking about! Too late. They're gone. Towards the stage. Barreling down. A twisted melody blaring out of the car's sound system. Panicked cries, the crowd scatters. Tarek stops his speech short and finds refuge inside the wall. Escorted by a military squad, the pickup hits the empty platform, damaging mostly his own hood. And at the same time, the mountain starts shaking. Explosion. The rocks are falling off the summit and rolling down the Petrians, who were unaware of that danger. 7 people are swept by the rockside. One boulder smashes onto the top of the already destroyed pickup's hood, and the dust settles. You see John trying to move the rock as big as him with his bare hands, alone. Hush, you run towards him against the crowd once again, but you will never reach him or Connie. The ground rumbles again, and this time the whole side of the mountain is falling down. You notice a rock in your peripheral vision. This one is yours. You're swept off your feet. Your head hits the ground, which is still a much nicer fate than your hip bone, which is crushed under a ton of rock. You barely have enough time to feel the pain before you live up. 好，296哦，行遠啲啊！哦，所以 Connie 就係咁死嘅，就係 John 就話：哎呀，我都唔鏟架車埋去就得啦咁樣。Well, that was your fault. 296。The pieces are starting to click in your head. Your plan wasn't to move the pickup parked 100 yards from the stage, but the tanker. They didn't park there to live up the forest or get a better vantage point on ceremony, but 2. Oh no, the pickup is barreling down, the sound system blaring towards Tarek, towards the crowd, towards you. Now everyone is noticing it and shuffling away from its intended path, stepping over flags and signs. Eventually, you can see them through the windshield. Connie, her white knuckles clenching the wheel, and John, head sticking out of the window, yelling at people to get out of the way. You're over one person, then another. Jump onto the ground to avoid being the third, and the pickup smashes into a pole holding the platform. You could barely hear the crash over the bellowing of systems. When you look up, the stage isn't touched, and it was evacuated long before the impact. John is hobbling out of the pickup. You want to confront him, hold some words and maybe some punches. It might convey how much you despise him in this moment, but there's no time. The ground starts shaking. An explosion. A boulder falls from the summit and smashes down onto the pickup's cab, reducing it to silence. Connie. It only takes John a couple of seconds to find his footing, attempt to get her out of there. Try to stand up, perhaps to help him, but an intense pain immediately puts you down to the ground. Rocks are still sliding, and one of them has crushed your hip bone. Ooh. Breaking the fourth wall. Your vision is fading. All around you, you can hear screaming, in panic, in terror, in pain. You can hear John's weeping, and then you hear another explosion. Janet wrote. Sounds 三米。
Another world to be seen. It feels so good out on the road and on my own. Waking up.
三米。定應該17咗先，應該17咗先。
Nights I know the road is my home.
最後一定係35，係啊，死咗之後就係跳去35。Thanks for the follow. Can't you see that we're on air? What do you care if they're on air? People are about to die. They need to evacuate. You're thinking so hard that you're screaming out loud, live on every TV in Petria. But those who need to hear you are decidedly not watching TV. The cameraman cuts the feed so he can push away. You could barely stand on your own legs before. Now they've given out. You roll down the hillock, twisting your ankle. Your wrist, or maybe both, up above. GNN resumes your broadcast. You're unable to stand up. The pain is keeping you pinned to the ground, and yet you haven't even seen it. You haven't felt the mountain rumbling. You haven't even seen the rock sliding down. You haven't yet experienced the rolling rock crushing your hip bone. Tearing through your thigh. It will happen soon, only in a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now your screams are piercing the broadcast. Yours and thousands of others, panicked, desperate, shrieking. That is when you see her, Lola, standing on top of a car, just a few feet away. Suddenly, you're worried. You call out to her, but nothing comes out. The mountain rumbles again. It's her turn. Lola stumbles, falls to the ground, and the size of mountain put her out of sight. Did it fall on top of her? In front of her? You cannot see. All that you see is the reporter running toward her to free her from the rumble. No one's running towards you. Your vision blurs. Your consciousness and eventually everything else. 第二個呢？係啦，重點就係 Sonia 諗住去救 Lola。咩？332，係咪332就死咗佢？332。Hello, Nero. Nero. 332。You! She recognizes you. You recognizes her as well. She's the reporter you pulled out of the muck. As I tell you something very bad is about to happen. Not now, sorry, can't you see that we're recording? The cameraman, who you identify as a van driver, turns off his camera and attempts to intervene. You, sir, will not touch me, and you, lady, need to listen to me. Tarek is about to fake a terrorist attack. 哎呀，佢熄咗機啊！哎呀，如果唔熄機就唔使搞10年啦。Okay, what is it today with all the loony conspiracies coming out of the woodwork? First that couple telling me about the Black Brigades, now Tarek's the mastermind? Pick up your damn minds. That couple? Man and woman, both Asian. They had a kid. When was that? Where did they go? That way. Maybe 15 minutes ago. If you go where the reporter told you, hold on to your tongue. Keep looking for Lola. Like you said. Huh. Oh, 佢哋一齊唔先。15 minutes. Considering how packed this place is, they could have made it very far, unless they already left. In which case, things would be okay. Maybe they will listen. Maybe you could not. Maybe you could even save them. So, 講咗真心話出嚟。You follow the mountainside, away from the crowds. From here, you can no longer see the stage, but you have a better grasp on the sea of waving flags and signs. Supporters and protesters are lumped in a solid and uniformed mass, but at their center you make out a drab patch, a military squad, splitting the crowd, weapons in hands, escorting 2 individuals with their hands above their heads. Oh! Yikes. Whew. Escorting 2 individuals with their hands above their heads. Could it be? Yes. It well could be. But there's no child with them. You cannot see Alex. If you could get a little closer, you'd get a better sense. But suddenly the crowd becomes restless. The signs and flags are disappearing, and panicked cries replace cheers and jeers. Everything is falling down. Literally, even the mountain. First you feel the gravel shaking underneath your hand, then almost immediately the sounds of a blast. You're too close to see the rock side, much too close to get out of its way. Something smacks right into you. Your head hits the ground, but you're still cognizant enough to see the rocks fall, swallowing the crowd, crushing bones and crushing lives indiscriminately. Still cognizant enough to hear the distress calls, the pain shouting, as well as the second blast. At this time, you might as well close your eyes. Good night. Hello, Angelica. Hello. 我覺得咧要翻返去睇Alex suppose 會講嗰句嘢。101。318 Alex 諗住講句嘢㗎嘛，跟住我哋冇 recorder， 所以冇 record 到。The fuck 佢要自己睇住 execution 啊！即係講緊 speech 可唔可以唔好喺中間個 crowd 嗰度 execute 人哋 ？What？ 318如果有 handcuff 會點？好好奇啊！越行越遠。136啊，136。Are you from Hong Kong? Yes, from Hong Kong. 316。otherwise 嗰個係316，係記住316先。去咗212。我可能途中係會見一見媽媽 bear 先嘅。You come to your senses, some of them anyway. You recognize her, the policewoman who chased you through the desert. To say, she recognizes you too. The expression on her face halfway between suspicion and concern. Okay, you win. I'm turning myself in. Miss, I'm just trying to... You have to listen to me. You need... Wow. They didn't proofread again. You need the crowd to disperse. Tarek is planning a terrorist attack. They're going to blow up the mountain. Concerns take over. She probably thinks you're crazy. You know you sound crazy. You can hear it. You don't believe me, do you? I do believe that you need some rest. Huh. 所以我其實應該咩咧？就應該喺中間，如果我係一開始嗰度有撳到有撳到嗰個翻轉頭，唔係我唔翻轉頭，係我翻轉頭跟住撞咗個咩嘛？咁我應該係我應該唔翻轉頭直行，跟住就會撞到個警察咁樣，跟住就嗰陣就係見到媽媽姐，我完全冇做到個 part， 所以就 miss 咗媽媽姐好多嘢。Oh, nice, your voice is cute. Thank you. It feels like they will only believe you after the explosion happens. 係。Recommend you to lower down your bleacher. 係咩？好。係我頭先咧無端發覺咧，我今日冇駁到 V Bridger 咩？原來我 V Bridger 省咗咩？真係好 concern 啊！唔得，等陣啊！點解會甩咗 V Bridger 嘅？ 係啊，點解甩咗？甩咗。
Advanced Genifique Serum. Pre and
Ah, Joa.
probiotic fractions to repair the skin barrier. Lancôme.
喂，佢仲有冇幫我廣告？哇！等陣啦，等陣啦，等陣啦，等陣啦！點解嘅 vibrator 去咗邊啊？嚇？點解呢個？點解啊？哦，佢改咗，Annie。Back to phone to studio。電話係駁到嘅喎。Remove plugin。Select remove 咗佢。等陣，好介意。跟住 vibrator 散咗。I think you removed your model. Yeah, that's intentional. That's intentional. Because I just realized that my vibrator isn't working, and I really mind that. Hold on. I'll fix it. What's the program? Hang on while Windows report the problem. You better report it. Vibrator. Oh, yeah, vibrator died. I don't know. Like, I thought I connected it. Like it connects to the phone, no problem. Okay, allow. Now send. Okay, now it works. Man. 即係我講得成，唔係喎，我頭先有 work 過㗎，我記得我有望過自己個口係有 work 嘅。Anyway, let's continue. Where was that? Okay. You don't believe me, do you? I do believe that you need some rest. Nice try. You'll have to figure it out on your own. I'm unturning myself in. I'm unturning. You flee at what feels like a full sprint. The helpless policewoman doesn't even try to hold you back. Out of the crowd, you find it easier to navigate. But your brain is still hazy. You can only make out figures. Everywhere, tall figures, raising their fist, waving signs, and then another figure. A small one. Too small. Way too small. Alex! You run at him, alone, in the middle of the fray. He's not screaming, he's not crying, he's already cycled through all these stages. Now he's just completely terrorized. Alex, it's me. Well, where did your parents go? 呢個係咩文啊？天才講咩文啊？哦，冰太蠢 ，Google 咩嚟㗎？唔係文嚟㗎喎。I'm unturning. Have a nice stream ahead. It was nice to see you. It was nice to see you too. Thank you. Okay. Tape recorder. I scroll to 28. 263. You pull the device and crouch down in front of Alex. We're going to do the same thing as last time, remember that? I enjoy a man fancy. Fan Jun. The man took them. The man? What man? He's no longer speaking. The police. You point to the police car. He shakes his head. Was it the army then? Did they have big guns look like this? I say yes. Pause. Your brain is going to overdrive. Good, that's a good thing. That means they must be safe. 憑乜嘢? That means they must be safe. We need to make sure you're safe too, and then we need to warn the others. He doesn't seem to understand what's happening, but he's trusting you. What else can he do? 109就係即係塞咗佢俾警察嗰度，佢28啦咁。 28同乜嘢覺得去 army 就死，笑死。Alex, there's no time for games. We're not playing a game. It's gone. 嚇，OK 都一樣啫，都係失去，都係109。OK 好啊，咁我哋就 just accept that 咁我哋咧就唔知俾啲石碌死咗幾多次啦，咁就係時候死啦。A hallway, dark, empty, then blinding, white light engulfs everything. Your senses emerge from a thick haze, your body, however, stayed behind. You cannot feel your hips or your legs or anything else. A voice resounds with intense effort, great concentration. You make out some sounds, some syllables. You're watching GNN. Up next, news on the hour. Lines are slowly taking shape as your eyes are getting accustomed to the light. You're laying on a hospital bed, huh? 我 survive 咗 What? 我個 headphone 我個 head alone facing the bed up on the wall. The television set continues to stir. 我諗住唔死喎。Back to the tragic events from 2 days ago, which shook our country to its core. 2 days ago, so that was. Rescue teams are still hard at work on the scene to locate the last missing people, but the death toll is now up to 78, with over 200 injured. With that remains of your strength, you pull the sheet covering your body. You're relieved to see both your legs are still there, a thick bandage tightly wrapped around your groin and thigh. Intelligence agencies have been able to identify some of the terrorists responsible for the attack. Nevertheless, they couldn't be captured alive. Their leader is still on the run. Portraits are flashing across the screen. We recognize some of them. Connie, Stephen, Naomi, Lola. So they all died. Miraculously safe after the attack, which was targeting him, the president spoke to the citizens of Petria yesterday morning. Tarek appears, gloomy look on his face, wearing a black armband on one side. Wow. You feel your hair racing. This is a dark day for our glorious nation. By their attack on the representative of the people, the Black Brigades have assaulted the entirety of Petria. The remote control flies across the room, cracking the television screen. Wow, go. Tarek continues unabated. Authorial plan was the right way. To record her. 都唔一定，因為我哋頭先都望到佢哋係即係俾人槍殺㗎嘛，我哋都望到。This is the last time. You can rest assured that I will put every means at my disposal to track these terrorists down. Every last one of them. There will be no reprieve, no mercy for the thugs who have once spilled the blood of Petria. The audacity, the indecency. For the first time, you see Tarek for what he is, not the president of a nation in crisis, but a petty chef, greedy and cowardly. A man willing to commit any atrocity to safeguard the shred of power that he and his cronies have extorted from the people. You have had enough of the manipulations, the lies. That goes for everyone, Tarek as much as the Black Brigades. On this morning in 86, stuck to your hospital bed, you make a promise to yourself. As long as you live, you will do everything in your power to put an end to this corrupt establishment, to return a glimmer of hope to Petria, if not her shine, to avenge the dead and honor the living. That's a promise from Lupe Flores. Who? Lupe? What chef? Chief saw. Chief. Lupe, bingo. Lupe Flores. Lupe Flores. Bingo lega. I think I should know her name. But like Lupe Flores. I'm chilling. Flores. 邊個嚟㗎？Roll 96。哦，嗰個第二個候選人啊！哦 ，Oh my gosh！ 嗰個第二個候選人啊，就嗰個即係有第二個候選人噶嘛，有個女人噶嘛。哦，the other candidate。啊。Remember to vote. Oh damn. Maybe we should have voted. Maybe we should have voted. 好搞笑喎，但係佢 This woman is goofy. 哦啊。Huh. Now I feel like playing again. And I just like forfeited all of the skills that I learned accidentally. 我頭先唔識開呢個 book 咧，跟住唔小心 restart 住個 game Prologue 跟住我全部學過嗰啲嘢都唔見晒，真好。我唔想玩啦而家，我又想玩。我有啲想試下投，唉，佢玩完個 Prologue 我就想試投票嗰條線，唉，但我又冇晒嗰啲 skills，好多遊戲要玩啊，不如我自己碌過佢先，即係我自己，唉，即係講到我自己之後會打機咁。She's the one behind the door. 神都是他，鬼都是他。冇啊，佢唔係鬼啊佢。The country is still in G to vote 咩啊？第二個 candidate 好人嚟噶喎，唔係咩？係冇人即係唔夠票啫嘛。因為大家都喺度，投票有咩用咧咁樣。我哋初頭都行過投票路線噶嘛，係最尾變咗咩啫嘛。不如其實上網睇投票路線就算啦。我上網睇下揾唔揾到條片，有我就 send 喺 Discord。懶啊 ！By the way, join my Discord。好，好攰啊！讀咗幾廿個鐘嘢，幾廿個鐘。OK， 講 schedule，有冇 download 咧 ？download 翻先。schedule。啊！聽日仲有冇聲講嘢㗎？July second week。唞翻幾個鐘先。我話幾點開頭啊？幾點開頭啊？呢度。2點，好啊。又係 exactly 12個鐘啊！12個鐘頭見啦。Cannot until late tonight。唔得啊，night 唔得啊。I'll see you guys 12 hours later. We're doing the summer event in Genshin. Huh, my Genshin dropped. My Genshin dropped. Okay, yeah, I'll see you guys 12 hours later. And then on Friday night, also Genshin. Friday, Eastern Time, 10 a.m. And tomorrow, Eastern Time, 2 a.m. 跟住好咁就係就係咁。聽晚唔係聽晚，聽日晏晝12個鐘後見啦。要追債啊，要還債啊，還債唔係追債還債。你已經唔知自己講緊乜，還債。跟住我哋去 raid 啦，12個鐘後見，都唞一唞，瞓個覺，食個蓮子飲糖。好，我應該會 join 到睇戲。好，辛苦晒 Ray， 辛苦晒 Pan， 聽日陣間係啊，辛苦晒 AGL， 跟住Thanks for coming Angelica， 跟住Thanks for coming Nero， Thanks for coming Omaka， Thanks for coming辛苦晒 Curious， 搞笑入嚟啫，阿姨笑死 ban 咗佢即刻，辛苦晒老神，辛苦晒 Geku， 辛苦晒馬田，辛苦晒 Leo， 辛苦晒 Moonfire， 辛苦晒何龍真喎，辛苦晒實力，辛苦晒睇唔到啦，我哋去 raid 啦，好乾啊，我哋去 raid 啦，12個鐘後見啦。